There you go. Thanks. All right, listen, I want to kind of talk to you about what's going on with this, okay? And I've been involved with this case from the beginning, okay? And I've seen everything that we have. I've seen all the interviews. And at this point, I know we come in and we talk to you over and over and over again. We've talked to you in Raleigh, we've talked to you here. And we've always talked about the past. What happened that night, what happened that night, what happened that night. What I want to do is I want to kind of talk to you about the future, where we're going from here, okay? Now, you've already heard about all the stuff that we got. I mean, there's no question about what happened that night. We know that it's more than you're telling us. We know that you were involved with her death. We know that, okay? So the question is not what happened or anything like that. What we need to understand is going forward, okay, there's going to be a trial, okay? There's going to be press. There's going to be everybody looking at this. You've seen how these things, they get huge. The media gets involved, and everybody's going to have an opinion about what happened. And everybody's going to have an opinion about you and your relationship and what kind of person you are, okay? And the thing that we're trying to do here is, I talked to you earlier. You're a nice guy. I like you. I mean, I think we could be friends, you know, in different circumstances. But here's the thing. You know, there's going to be two narratives going forward, okay? And what I want to do is try to give you the opportunity to kind of tell me more about what narrative actually happened, okay? So what we're looking at is, you know, there's the one option, okay? And that's the option that you were kind of getting earlier when Tom was in here, which is, you know, you planned this? You came down here with the intent purpose to hurt Tricia? That you planned to ditch her car here in some calculated way, and that you planned to go put her in a certain place that nobody could find her and all that kind of stuff? And that sounds pretty bad, right? I mean, you wouldn't agree with that, okay? Now, the other alternative is that, and like I said, we know what happened. We know that, you know, that something beyond what you were telling us happened in the house. But I think the more likely story is having seen, I mean, trust me, I've been here. You haven't seen me before involved in this, but I've seen you, okay? I've done a lot of research on your background, and I know what it was like with Tricia. I know what kind of stuff you went through. I know she had a wild streak when she was younger. I know what she did. She came after you, you know, in that domestic thing that happened before. I know how that started. Okay, we've seen the reports. We know how it all happened. We know she went back and said, no, the whole thing was made up because she started it, okay? What I think is to me, having known you, having known the background of everything between you and her, everybody's gonna have their own opinion. But I can see that. I think probably what happened was something more like she started something that night, okay? And you know, having known what her background was, having known how she treats you, okay? I've seen text messages. I've seen what she says to you, okay? I know what kind of stuff she's always bitching at you about stuff. I get that. I see that, okay? So I could see how that would kind of go that direction that night, all right? So what I want to do is try to set the stage so that you can actually tell the narrative about what actually happened, which is not that you planned all this, okay? Not that you planned down here to come down here and kill her and send her out into the woods like some sort of mass murderer. I mean, really? I mean, like you're gonna go chop her up into little bits or something like that? I mean, that seems kind of ridiculous, okay? It seems far-fetched, like you said, okay? And I don't think you planned all this. I don't think you're capable of that, okay? I think what happens is sometimes things just get out of hand, okay? You'd agree with that? Sometimes, you know, people start doing something and they cause something to happen, okay? And I'm not saying you wanted this to happen, all right? But I know you were there when it happened, okay? What we want to understand is what actually happened that night, okay? And I know you were there, and I don't believe it was your fault, okay? So what I imagine something to be, you know, is maybe you guys got in an argument. Maybe it was over the computer, maybe it was over the gas, maybe it was over whatever, okay? Any little nitpicky thing that she's gonna get on you about, which she always did. I get that, okay? And things got heated, Okay, you're down here to try to see your daughter. Okay, you're a good dad. You're trying to be down here to spend time with somebody that you care about, your daughter. And Tricia's here again, and unfortunately, I'm sure that doesn't make you feel that good. She's trying to spend time with your daughter. Okay,
It's okay.
but it's and Tricia came over, but then things started getting kind of ugly. Okay, and I'm sure she started that, and you didn't want to get involved in that. Okay, but if she starts pushing things, she's not going to back up. She's unrelenting. Okay, I've seen this. Okay, I've seen the history. I've seen the background of how this works. Okay, so what I could see happening is that maybe she came at you, and just defending yourself. She falls. Maybe you didn't realize how hard you pushed her out of the way, but you're just trying to defend yourself. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you tried to hurt her, but I'm saying that it's clear that something happened there, and that resulted in Tricia getting injured to the point where she was deceased. Okay, and then beyond that, I can see, putting myself in your shoes for a minute. Okay, I see that you're a hard worker. Okay, you've rose to the ranks. You're in the Air Force. You've been there, what, 11, 12 years, you said? Mm-hmm. That's a long time. That's a career. You devoted your life to that career, to this country. Okay, you've got your daughter to think about. Okay, something happened. It's Tricia's own fault. Now she's gone. There's nothing you can do about that. But what do you? People aren't going to believe that you weren't, planning to do this. People aren't going to believe that you weren't intending to hurt her in some way. But sometimes shit just happens. And now here it is. So now you've got to make a choice. Okay, do you call the cops and roll the dice that we're going to believe your story? Or do you try to do you go into a little bit of panic mode? And trust me, if I was in the scene, I don't know what I would have done. Okay, I couldn't even imagine being in that position. But I can understand going into that panic mode of, holy shit, what do I need to do now? And so your first plan, you told us that your plan was that you were just going to take her back to the house and you were going to leave her there, which I understand, because she's going to be back by her house and people are going to find her, and then maybe they'll look other places. You know what I mean? And I understand that. Okay, and that's what you told us. That was kind of your first thought. But that's probably when you saw that Joshua was still home. So, and now you're not going to run the risk of him coming out when this is all going on, because that's not going to look well for you at all, right? If Joshua comes out and sees all this, he's not going to understand. He's obviously going to think that you planned this and did this intentionally. So now we're going to go back to the house. Okay, and of course, Tricia, being the way she is, there's no gas in the car. Typical Tricia. And come on. How hard is it to go fill up a gas tank? Really? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You got to think ahead about this type of stuff. I never let my gas tank go below a quarter of a tank. That's me, but I pay attention to that stuff. My wife, she'll run that gas tank out all the time. And the next thing you know, I got to go out in the middle of the night because I got to run and get groceries or something. Now I'm also getting gas because she didn't think ahead about it. Okay. So now, well, obviously you can't go to the gas station in her car because she's in the car. That's not going to look good, right? So you head back to the house, and the only thing you can think of is hopefully somebody has some gas there, right? And we confirmed that. We talked to everybody, and yeah, you did. You tried to get some gas at the house. And then you decide that you're just going to have to go get gas, but now you're going to take your own car, obviously, because you don't want to be in her car. So, that's all confirmed, and that makes perfect sense. Okay. So, and then now you're going to have to go to plan B, which is, unfortunately, you're going to have to take her somewhere else because you can't risk somebody seeing you with her in the car, right? Because that's going to be too hard to explain. And it is, and now we're in this position. It's very difficult to explain, and I get that. But what we need to do is moving forward. And like I said, it's these two narratives, okay? We need to understand now what happened, because we're going to write reports about this. This is all on video. This is all going to go forward. into this trial. This is inevitable. I can't change this at this point. This is a boulder rolling down a hill, okay? The only thing I can do is alter the course slightly. And the only thing that I can do at this point, and like I said, I think you're a good guy. I've talked to you. You're a nice guy, okay? I don't think that you were a cold-blooded killer who came down here with the explicit intention to murder her, okay? I don't think that's the case, okay? But right now, I can't say otherwise. I can't say that there was an accident because you're not telling us something other than that, okay? We have all this evidence, and then we also have things that are not consistent, okay? We're having inconsistencies where there's still holes, even after all of this, there's still holes in the story that we can prove through evidence that what you're telling us is not completely true. And that continues to make it look like, even having understanding that this has happened and it was out of your control and we know what happened, you're still trying to tell us little lies about what happened so that it makes you look better. And unfortunately, that's not going to help you, because any lie at this point is going to make you look bad. And it's going to tip that boulder right back to everybody thinking, oh, well, he's a liar. He's a cold-blooded murderer. He came down here to kill her. And they're going to put you on, like these posters with all these, serial killers and stuff like that. That's not where you need to be, okay? Sometimes people just make mistakes. Sometimes accidents happen. Sometimes things get out of control. And that's understandable, but you have to tell us that story. We have to understand what happened so that we can tell that story. Because once we're done here, we don't make any more recordings. We don't write more reports. Once I put in my report, whatever happened, that's set in stone, because that's what you told me. Whatever your words are, that's what we take to court. That's going forward, what you told us about what happened. That's what you told us the truth was, okay? And if we come back and show that, hey, that's not the actual truth, then again, that just looks horrible for you, and that starts telling that other narrative, all right? So I think that you were there when she was injured, and that she was injured in some way that was not a direct attack from you, but I think that you have more information about what actually happened to her, because I know you were in the house with her when it happened. Is that true?
No, it never laid a hand on her.
Okay, now, listen, I know, and you tell me that, okay? And you're using very specific language. So tell me, I'm not saying that you laid a hand on her, but I know that you were there when she was injured. So you need to explain to us how it was she became injured, because this whole thing where you came back from the gas station and you just found her like that, I know that's not true. And I can prove that's not true. Okay, and I don't want that for you. I don't want you to be locked into this story where you're telling us a lie about how she became injured. Because if you lie about how she became injured to me right now, then that makes it look like you did it on purpose.
Of course not.
And that's not the story that I want to tell, okay? And I want you to be able to tell the story about what actually happened and for the truth to get out there. The only thing that's going to help you at this point is the truth. And I know that the truth is not that you came home and you found her after you went to go get gas for her. I know that's not the truth, okay? And I need you to tell us the truth so that I can tell the actual truth when we go to court, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to find out the truth about what happened. I'm not here to try you. I'm not a jury. I'm not a judge. I'm not a lawyer, okay? I'm a detective. My sole job is to find the truth about what happened. Because once I'm done with my job, I can write the truth in my report, and I can be satisfied that I understand the entire truth. But if there's something that doesn't add up, if there's something that I know to be a lie, I have to keep digging at it, and I keep digging at it, and keep digging at it, and I have to bring that up in court, because they're going to ask me, is this the whole truth? Is this what actually happened? And I'm going to have to say, I have evidence contrary to that. I know that that's not what happened, and I know he's lying. Okay? But the only person who was in that house who can tell us what happened to Tricia is you. Can't tell us what happened. But if you don't tell us the truth about what happened, it just continues to make it look like you're lying to us to cover up something more sinister, for lack of a better word. Like you intended this to happen, that now you're covering it up. And I don't want that to be the story.
It's not the story.
And I know. And that's why I want you to have this opportunity to tell me the truth about how she became injured, how Tricia lost her life. Yeah, you do, okay? And I know that you were in the house, like I said,
Didn't do anything.
I can prove,
But I didn't do anything to her.
and you're not hearing me, okay? You're not hearing me, okay? I'm not saying that you did anything to her on purpose. I'm not saying that you hurt her. I'm not saying that you laid hands on her, okay? But I do know that you know what happened to her. I know that you know what happened to her. I know you were in the house. I know it, okay? And I can prove that. And I don't want to have to get up on the court and on the jury in the stand and explain to the jury that even after giving the opportunity to tell me the truth about what happened, to tell me the truth that you're not this cold-blooded murderer who came down here to kill her.
I would never do that.
You can tell me that, but you continue to tell me a lie about what happened. You continue to tell me a lie about how you found her dead, how she came to be injured like that. And I know I don't want that to be the last thing that we hear about this. I don't want the last thing that you're able to tell us is this lie about how she got hurt, because that is the most important piece of this. There's no question that she was killed. There's no question that she was taken out into the woods. But the problem is that the narrative was that the actions of someone who was panicking, and a jury could completely understand this?
I did. I didn't know what to do. I don't plan these
So explain
things.
to me.
I don't know what you do in these situations.
And I know you didn't plan this. And that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to give you the opportunity to explain to us how it happened, because it was not planned. You did not attack her. You did not try to kill her or try to come down here to kill her.
Never.
But things happen. And we need to understand what it was that happened in that house before the whole gas thing. I know it happened before the gas thing. I know it happened before you went for this computer thing. I know that's not the truth. I can prove that this is not the truth. I need to know the truth to be able to tell people that you're not a serial killer, that you're some psychopath who has no remorse over killing the mother of your child. But you know that's what's going to be in the paper. You know that's what's going to
change that. Unfortunately,
you can. You can change that. You can change that right now.
No,
yes, you can.
Yes, you can't tell you anything other than what I've told you.
No, you can tell me the truth.
And that's the problem. And nothing makes it better. Nothing I say makes this better.
It will.
And
because
it doesn't matter.
Because there's a huge difference between we got an argument, it got physical, she started it, she got hurt. That's not
any better.
That's
no better.
No,
the same scenario.
That is miles better than I came down here with a backpack full of tools, ready to kill her and drag her out with her lifeless body into the woods.
It was just clothes. It was just the clothes I didn't fit.
You heard the narrative that you told.
But it was
you told us.
More clothes.
I had a bag. I had clothes.
Yes.
I had water.
Yeah,
I had
not
snacks.
Already in there.
What?
No.
I'm saying, you got the bag, and then after all this is done, all this messy business is finished. Now you get rid of that. That looks awful. That looks like a murder bag. That looks like, oh my gosh, she came down here with this bag. And I don't think it was. I think it was just a bag that you had with some stuff in it.
Yes, that's literally what it was. Just
but you need to explain
stuff that I already had.
But if that's the case, you need to explain how she got hurt. Okay, and listen to me. I know. This is my job. Okay, I know when the truth is coming out, and I know when somebody's trying to dance around the truth, and I know when somebody's trying to skip over things. Okay. And I know that's what's happening here. And I don't blame you, because it's scary, because you don't want to have to think about what happened again. And because you think it's going to make you look bad once we know actually what happened. But I'm telling you right now, whatever happened before, I'll tell you right now, if you came down here with a murder bag and you planned on killing her and burying her out in the woods and hopefully we would never find her again, that's not going to look good, okay?
That's a stupid plan.
But I don't think that's. I don't
bury someone in the woods. I don't find that. That's why they do all this searching.
And I don't think that was the plan. But the thing is that if you leave that empty space for everybody to make up this story about what actually happened and why you were down here, and what actually happened to Tricia and your intentions, you know that's what people are going to come up with. And you know that's what everyone's going to say. So you need to take the opportunity now to set everybody straight, to tell us what actually happened in the house.
Dan,
because
sit here and tell you that she attacked me, that's just another different story that you're just going to be like, well, that's 5 different stories he's telling now. And that doesn't help either. So what do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you, Dan?
I want you to tell me the truth.
Because I'm telling you, I didn't hurt this woman.
Okay.
I never did anything to injure her or hurt her. My only mistake is I didn't just accept that this is the situation and call 911. That's what I should have done.
Did she attack
I didn't
you?
take her to the hospital. I should have just did that. Instead, I just panicked and I just tried to get away from it all. Is what I wanted. I just wanted nothing to do with all that.
But you
That's
panicked.
not me, and I just panicked.
You panicked because of what happened, because you thought it would come back on you.
Because it did. It does. Like in the past, even I didn't do anything to her, but just because of how it looks.
But here's the thing: people fall down all the time. People get hurt. Okay, it's not uncommon. Okay, and we can find that out. That's not something that's difficult to determine. Okay, there's people that go to a lot of school and they get paid a lot of money to figure out exactly what happened to somebody. Okay, and I know you don't believe that, and I know you were panicking. I get that, but I know that what you're telling us about coming back from the gas station, I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie, and I can prove that's a lie. And I don't want that to be the last lie that you tell us. I need you to tell us
I can't tell
the
you
truth.
anything else because I don't know anything else to tell you.
You do, and I know
If I say
you
anything
do.
else, it's another story, and no matter what I tell you, it's not going to be the truth according to you. So
You-
what do you want me to tell you?
Here's the thing about the stories. Okay, every time you tell us some version of what happened, it gets closer to the truth, and I appreciate that because
So
you.
then I say, oh yeah, she attacked me, and you come back in here like, okay, so you attacked her. Like, no, that's not what I said. So then you're just going to have me going down this rabbit hole of different stories now. I don't want that either.
Like I told you, okay, I can prove one thing. Okay, I can prove that you were at the house with Tricia when she was injured. I can prove that. So the question lies with you as to, you're the only one who was there with her. Like I said, you're the only person who can tell us what happened. So this is your opportunity to tell us what happened in the house before you left, because that's when I know she was injured, and I can prove that. What I need to know is what happened in the house, because I know what you're telling me is a lie, and I can prove that. But if you stick with that story and I can prove that it's a lie, everyone's going to assume the worst.
They assume the worst. If I sit here and say, yeah, we argued, she attacked me, then they're just going to assume, okay, you being the bigger, stronger person, you hit her, or you did something to her, or you in some way hurt her, and that I never ever would do that.
I'm not asking
I
you.
certainly
I'm
didn't
not
come
asking
down
you to
here
make up a
with some
story.
murder bag. I didn't come down here with some dubious plan scheme. I didn't.
Exactly.
I'm not that kind of person.
And that's what I'm saying, is that you're not that type of person. But by continuing to lie to us about what happened and when it happened, you're opening that door for everyone to assume it, and you know everyone's going to assume it.
They already
I
do.
don't.
They
I don't assume that.
before
If
this
I
moment.
thought that was the case, I wouldn't be in here talking to you right now. Because if I thought you had this murder bag and you came down here with the express intent to kill Tricia, I'd be like, you know what?
Never.
There's no sense in talking to this guy. He's a psychopath,
No.
and he's not worth anybody's
But
time.
that's why we're divorced. But I'm not going to murder the woman.
But
I'm not going to.
that's why I want to come in here and talk to you and try to give you the opportunity to set the record straight and tell us the truth about what happened with Tricia. Because I know what you're telling us right now is a lie. And I don't want you to be stuck in this lie. Because once I write it in my report, it's done. This is what Stephen told us, and that's it. But I can prove that's not true. That's not how I want to end this report. Because everybody wants to know what happened to Tricia. If Tricia had an accident, if Tricia came at you when she fell,
She clearly had an accident because I didn't do anything
So-
to her. I'm
so
telling
what-
you I didn't do anything.
so what happened?
I never hurt her. I didn't push her. I didn't shove her. I didn't do anything to that woman
so
to
what
hurt her.
so what happened?
I didn't do anything.
I'm not saying you did anything.
But
I'm
that's
asking, that's not the question I'm asking. The question is, what happened? Because, like I said, I know you were in the house when it happened. I know you were there. I can prove that you were there. And if you don't tell me the truth about what happened now, then you're going to have to forever live with the fact that you lied about it, and then it's going to come out in court that we know he was in the house and he's lying about it, and that looks awful. that looks like you knew exactly what you were doing, that you need to cover this up because what you did was so horrible that nobody would understand it. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case at all.
Then why even go with that if you know that's not the case?
I'm not saying
that.
I'm not saying that's what I think. I'm telling you, you know that's what everybody else is going to think. You know that once this thing gets on CNN and Fox News, they're going to put your mugshot up there,
regardless of what I say.
You leave that void. You leave that void where they can tell whatever story they want.
They're going to tell
because
whatever story, regardless of what I tell them. It doesn't matter what I say.
The news is not going to lie about something.
Yeah, they
won't, because they can get in big trouble. If we have evidence that you said that she attacked you and that it was an accident or something like that, whatever the narrative is that you tell us, and we can say, you know what, this is the closest thing that we can get to the truth. We believe this to be the closest thing to the truth, because you can never find the absolute truth. It's very, very difficult, okay? But the thing is that if we're sitting here and we can know that you're lying to us, that leaves this giant gaping hole where anybody can put whatever they want in that. Because a lie is a lie. It's not the truth. If we know, well, that's not the truth, what goes there? What fills in that spot?
A murder plan.
I don't think you did.
I don't
think you did.
I didn't have a murder bag.
I don't think you did.
I don't know anything about this nonsense. I don't know.
You know it looks like
it
that.
It looked bad from the get-go. And that's why I panicked from the get-go, because it looked so bad.
But you need to take this opportunity to tell me the truth. Because I don't want you to have to live with the fact that you lied to us about this whole gas thing and coming back and fighting.
There's no point.
There is a point. There is a point, because this is a huge difference. Because someday in the not too distant future, you're gonna not don't worry about the media. Don't worry about what your friends and family are gonna think. Don't worry about all this stuff.
That's really not.
You're gonna have a jury.
That's my
deciding your
and
fate.
I feel like no matter what I tell you, it's not going to make a difference with them.
It's going to make a huge difference.
If I tell you another story of we had an argument and fought, then they're going to be like, well, what happened to the other 2-3 stories he told? Why wasn't this the story?
Because you were scared. And I understand you're scared.
Now, I was scared then, I'm scared now.
You've been scared throughout this entire thing. Your actions look like somebody who's planned this and looked like somebody who came down here to murder you. But I can see they're actually the actions of someone who was scared. But you need to explain to them that you didn't just come home and you saw that she fell down and you got scared. That doesn't make sense to a jury.
Regardless,
they're not going to buy this. They're not going to believe you.
And they're not going to buy anything.
They're going to believe the truth. Because they're going to believe the truth.
All of it from the get-go was just unbelievable to me. All of it from the get-go was one of those, like, I'm living a nightmare. I'm living some shitty Lifetime movie special is what I'm living, and it's bullshit, because I would never hurt that woman. I would never.
So tell us what actually happened in the house.
No.
What actually happened in the house? The only way that we're going to be able to move forward from this is for you to because I'm telling you, I'm being straight up with you. I'm being honest with you, okay? I've done this investigation. I have all this forensic evidence, okay? We have a bunch of people who have gone through all of this forensic evidence, and we can see what you're telling us the truth about and what you're not telling us the truth about. And I can tell you right now, the biggest glaring lie is that I know that you're lying about that she was already on the ground when you came home. I know that's not true. I know that's not true, and I can prove that in a court of law to be not true. So you have to take this opportunity. I'm giving you this huge clue. Hey, you need to tell us what actually happened here, because if I can prove that you're lying, now you're going to leave it in the hands of a jury of a bunch of people who have been watching the news about what they talk about you, and then you're going to let them decide and fill in that hole about what happened to Tricia. You think they're just going to say, oh yeah, she must have just fallen down and bumped her head? You think that's what they're going to think? No, because you're not telling them what actually happened. You're not telling me what actually happened.
I just feel like if I do, then it's just another story. It's just another story of what happened. It's another version of what happened.
Everything is a story.
BS.
Everybody has their own.
It goes into like the docket file of, well, we can't believe a word this guy says now because you lied at the beginning, you lied in the middle, and now you're probably still lying in the end.
No, because we need to understand, because I don't want to leave you here hanging out here with this lie, this glaring lie that I know is not the truth. Because if you take this opportunity to talk to me, I will listen to you. I will listen. I will believe your truth.
It doesn't matter if
Okay.
you believe me.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Who do you think writes this report? Who do you think has to file all this stuff to the state attorney?
I understand.
Myself, the other detectives. We have to listen to
But
you.
they
That's my
already have their
job.
mind made up about
No.
me.
If I had, like I said, if I had my mind made up,
I came here with some murder back.
if I had my mind made up, I would not be in here talking to you right now. Because I don't believe, I talked to you earlier. We had a good conversation about the Air Force and all the cool stuff that you've done, the cool places you've been.
Yeah.
You're a good guy. Okay?
Right.
I think you're a nice guy. I don't think you're this cold-blooded murderer.
Right.
Okay? But you're not giving us the opportunity to tell the story that actually happened.
Try to do right.
I know you do. I know you do.
Don't plan this nonsense.
But with Tricia,
Crap.
things always go sideways with her. You try to do the right thing with her, and then she's off cheating on you with some other dude. You try to do the right thing with her, and then she's pushing your buttons up against the wall with this key thing, and she gets you in trouble. Then next thing I know, I saw that she's talking to your commanding officer's wife or something about you being with this girlfriend. I saw all this stuff. She's always pushing your buttons. She's always
just trying to do the
and
right
you are
thing.
trying to
I
do the
just
right thing.
Try to be a good
Okay?
person.
And then here it is. You're trying to be a good
And
person.
it's still not working.
And she comes in, and here she comes. I have a kid, okay? That is a stressful
I would've
thing
never called her
to have to
otherwise.
deal with a kid
If it
in the
weren't-
middle of the night who wants their mommy, and they will not take no for an answer.
She would have.
That's stressful.
And I just felt like,
That
you know what?
would-
Who am I to deny you your mother?
That would push anybody's buttons. That would get anybody on edge. Trust me, I've been there. Sometimes my kids start screaming, "I want my mommy! I want my mommy!"
I
And it's
wasn't
like,
upset with my daughter.
I know.
I just said
I don't get upset. I don't get upset with
No,
it.
I was never
honestly,
upset with her.
honestly, it makes me feel a little upset at myself because why am I not good enough for my own
I
daughter?
get it.
You
I'm
know?
not there enough, and I know that. I wish I could be there more, but I can't. It's just the circumstances. I can't change that. You know how often I can be there, so I just do what I can. But no, I'm not upset that she wants her mother.
No,
That's
and
fine.
I get that, and I get that, and so you try to be you're trying to be the nice guy. You're trying to do the right thing for your daughter now. For all the time, she wants her mommy. You know what? You don't really like Tricia. You don't want to see her in the middle of the night. You don't want her to come back over.
No,
but you know what? You will make that sacrifice for your daughter.
Of course I would.
And then when she shows up, she's probably got an attitude. What's her deal?
I'll never know what her deal is. She always has her own agendas. I just try to ignore them. I just pretend that whatever she says is just take it as a grain of salt and move on.
And I know she's
I
got.
don't feed into it. I don't ask questions. I don't answer things. I just smile and nod kind of thing.
But sometimes she won't take that,
Well, no, that's just her personality.
and she's going to keep pushing because she's got to end the conversation.
And I
She's
usually
got to
just
get to
let
some
her.
resolution.
And I let her.
And she's going to keep prodding and poking about whatever the stupid thing is that she's upset about. Okay? And I get that. Okay? We all understand that. We've all been there. Okay? So, and I understand how the kind of the atmosphere of that night. And I can't blame you, okay, for panicking after all of this.
It was just a panic. There was
Okay.
panic.
But you
I didn't
got-
know what
but
was the right thing to do.
Stephen,
So
but
was panic.
I want to tell you right now, okay? You need some guidance sometimes. You weren't sure what to do. I can tell you right now, the right thing to do is to tell us what actually happened.
It's not gonna help much.
It is. It's going to help you
It looks so
enormously.
much worse.
I know you think that the truth is gonna make it look so much worse. Okay, but I can tell you right now, the truth is never anywhere near as bad as what people will believe if you let them come up with their own story.
Everyone believes I hated her. I never hated her. I didn't.
So tell
I
me.
didn't hate the
So
woman.
tell me that story.
I cared about her.
Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened so that I can tell.
It wasn't ever possible.
And
so
but it was,
accepted
and
that.
you tried, and I know you did. Even after she was off with this other dude, you brought the family back together. You had a child with her to try to create this happy family.
That's all
Even though you
I've
didn't
done
really
is
want to,
just
but you
try.
did. You tried so hard. Okay, and I get that. And I get that, and I appreciate that. I think you're a good guy. You're a family man. You're trying to do the best that you can. Okay, you got a career. Okay, you provide. you're a good guy. I mean, especially, there's a lot of people that they don't even try. They abandon their kids. They don't get a job. They're out drinking, doing drugs, all kinds of shit. But you're not that guy.
Just do the right thing and be a good person and try to be a good father from a distance, I guess.
And you did, and you were doing a good job, okay? But sometimes people throw monkey wrenches into your plans, okay? And you're trying to do the best that you can. You're trying, and I can see that. And like I said, I've seen all your guys' communication, all your text messages and how you talk to each other, and she was trying you. I mean, you wanted to talk to your daughter. You wanted to be there for your, because you don't want to just abandon your child.
No.
You don't want her to not have a father.
I wanted
You're
to be
doing
part
a
of her
good
life
job.
as best as I could.
So,
I know, like, because of the military and her living in Florida, I can't always be there, but yeah, I'll try to be there as much as I can.
and that's why that night you gave in. You said yes. I know. I have a daughter. Daughters always get what they want, no matter what. They always get what they want, no matter if you don't want it or not. She wanted mommy. She's getting mommy, even though you didn't want that. So I know that your plan was not. I mean, how ridiculous is that? You plan to have a sick child. You plan to have their child call for the mother in the middle of the night.
Plan to take a stupid trip to the hospital.
But people are going to believe that if you let them. They're going to
How do you
believe.
plan that? How do you plan for your child to be sick in the middle of the night?
So I know you
Just
think that the
don't.
truth is going to sound worse, but you know it's not. You know it's not going to sound worse. You know it can't be worse than this narrative that people are creating about you.
It's only
that
worse
people are
because
already
of
saying
everything
this.
else already. I've already told too many different freaking versions.
You told
And it doesn't-
versions because you panicked. You
Because
were scared. People can understand
still
that.
scared.
People can understand that. But at a certain point, you have to realize because you're afraid.
I'm going to.
You're afraid that you're going to get
prison for
caught. You're going to get blamed. You're going to get in trouble. But I can tell you right now, we're there.
Just want to
We're there.
my life.
Okay, you're here with us, not because of what happened, and we need to understand the truth about what happened, because I know you're scared. I know you're scared about what's going to happen in the future. But before, you were panicking because you didn't want anybody to know you were involved. You didn't want anybody to know you were there. You wanted it to go away.
All I ever wanted.
That is a normal human response. That's what anybody would do in that situation. That you're panicking. You're panicking. It's a reasonable thought process that people can understand. But what we can't get past is you continuing to lie about what happened. And I can't let you continue to lie about what happened. I need you to tell me the truth about what happened. I know you were there. I want to give you the opportunity to tell me what happened.
I didn't want to happen.
I know you didn't, but you've got to clear this off you. I can see this is not something you can carry around. It's not something you can let weigh you down for the rest of your life.
Like so many times to just say the truth or talk to a counselor. I don't even know what I would tell them. I don't even know how to tell them.
I don't know, and it's impossible for somebody who's outside to understand sometimes. But you got to let us know the truth about what happened, so that you can move past this for yourself. You've got to get this weight off of your shoulders, because it's going to destroy you, and you can't let that happen to yourself. You've regardless of what happens from here, you still have a daughter. You are still a father. You still have somebody you're responsible for. Okay, and you can't
At this point,
in one way or another. I
daughter
can't.
again.
No, that's not true. It's and don't think that's the truth. Okay, I can't guarantee you what's going to happen. Okay, it's not up to me. But what I can do is I can tell you that we need to know the truth. The truth about what happened. That everyone, the families, they need to know what happened, because you cannot let everyone else make up some story. Do you want her to believe these stories that people are going to spin about you because you continue to lie to us about what happened that night? I know you were there. I know you know the truth. You need to tell us so that we can just put a pin in this and say, now we know the truth. It does. It does. It's going to.
Yeah,
Because-
did all the wrong things.
Because it cannot get worse than what people make up. I tell you that. You would not believe people's well, you would. But I mean, people's imaginations will run wild and they will come up with the most horrific things.
I don't even know where to. It just.
Just,
I don't know. It just happened.
talk
It just
talk to me
happened.
about from midnight.
I would never text her otherwise. It was
Right.
already late and she had already left. I would have never texted
And
her.
you're a good dad,
Just-
so you wanted it.
That's it. That's all I was trying to do was just be a good dad. Just, okay, you want your mom? Fine. Like, I'm not going to deny you that, you know?
So
So I just come by. That's fine. And then just, no, I never liked her around. I never liked being in a one-on-one situation with her because I could never predict her. I don't know the version of her I'm getting at that moment. And so, no, I never liked being in a one-on-one situation just
Right.
because, just like now, it's only my word or her word or whatever. I can't change how things freaking look.
right.
So, yeah, she came over talking about nonsense and bringing up child support and just more stupid stuff that I just, for the most part, tried to ignore. And then, yeah, there was a mix-up with the check, but that's not my fault because you told me this was your address. So, yeah, that's where I mailed it to. And then she's telling me that's not the mailing address. So go to my, I'm like, that's not my fault. If you told me you moved, I did the responsible thing and I made sure the check was going to go wherever you moved to if you're not at your mom's house. And then she's just going on and on about now I owe her more money and back child support and I'm just sitting here like, then I'll fix it. I'll send you another. I'll do something, but I don't have the money now. So just give me some time, like, because that money, since you didn't get it on time, is already spent. I spent it to come here, and now I need a little more time to get it to you. And now she's talking about how she's going to go to court and all this other stuff, and it's my fault. And I'm just like, this isn't even my fault. Like, you told me you moved, so I adjusted it. Like, just calm down. Like, this isn't even that serious. This is an easily rectifiable. Why are you getting all out of hand about this? You know?
Right.
And yeah, I know I didn't go through the court to pay child support, but every time I tried, it was just she just stonewalled me. It's like, I don't want to do that because I have to pay money to send you money, which is stupid. I was like, just let me have your account information, just the account number, and I'll direct deposit it, and this will never happen. And no, that's not going to work, and we can't do that. You owe me all this money. And then she's going to go to court and make me pay all the other money from the divorce that I already took over $20-something thousand in debt that I have to pay back in 18 months. And then if I don't pay all that back, I got another $6,000 I got to pay as far as back child support. So now she's trying to say I'm going to have to pay all that back. And then she just gets on my face about it. And I'm like, what? Why are you so mad right now? Like, is it because I called you this late? It's just completely got out of hand. And then just the whole pointing and it just all went bad. It just so fast. She just went from 0 to 100, and I'm trying to understand, like, what just happened. Like, you were just here earlier. Everything was fine. You left. We're arguing about something that I'm sitting here thinking this is unbelievably trivial, and this can be fixed. I can fix this by the 1st. Just give me time, and I'll make sure you get the money, or I'll make it in 2 separate payments, or whatever you need me to do. And it's just not good. It's not going to work. None of this works. And she eventually falls asleep anyway, but she's still like arguing with me over in the foyer area. And I'm just like, please just leave then. Just go. No, I'm not leaving until we fix this. Like, just get out. Like, I don't know what more you want from me, Tricia. I don't have any money for you. I don't have any cash for you. I can't give you anything right now. I spent the little money I had, which is why I drove here. Fly. I didn't get a rental car like I normally do. I'm not in a hotel. Well, I don't want to do the hotel thing, but I don't have money. Like, I've paid so much money to the debt that I don't have any more money, okay? I just don't. I am, like, pretty much strapped when it comes to cash. Living paycheck to paycheck, and even then, I'm not making it right now. And it doesn't matter.
You owe me money. You need to pay your debts. This is always your fault. You're always spending more money. And it's just on and on and on to the point where now I'm just trying to like walk away. And now I can't walk away because you're circling me and you're jumping in front of my face. And it just got so aggressive. And I'm just trying to back away and de-escalate. And I can't even leave the house now. You know, I don't want to push you. I don't want to touch you. I don't want anything with you because I'm just thinking about flashbacks of before when you just blew all this shit up for no reason, and then now I'm getting arrested, but only after the fact did you go and, you know, say that it wasn't my fault. No one else knows that now, but only after the fact that I got arrested. All I'm thinking just flashbacks. I go to push her away, and then she gets really pissed about that, and then she gets even more aggressive and in my face and pushing me back, and I'm like, would you please just stop? Like, I don't want this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you're so mad. I don't know if you took a freaking crazy pill on the way over here, and that really pissed her off. And it just escalated. And then I just moved her away, and then she slipped. And that's when she freaking fell. And I'm like, oh shit. I asked her if she was okay. It was like a weird sound. She didn't say anything though. And then I freaking panicked. And then I just freaking panicked. Because I didn't try to hurt you. I just wanted you to stop being here in my face yelling at me as I'm trying to back away. I'm trying to de-escalate. I don't want whatever this is. It's not this serious. I don't know why it's so serious about this money. It's always been so like, even throughout the divorce, every penny has just been so serious about her trying to get every dollar.
Right.
And I'm like, and now I made a mistake and I sent the check to the wrong address because I didn't know that wasn't a mailing address. And I can't explain where it is, and I didn't even get it back in the mail until a week after that. And it just went so fast. And then I pushed her, and then it didn't push. I was just trying to get her away. Just please stop yelling in my face. It's like, just, you know, like if she was at that distance, fine, but she wasn't. She's just
Right
here the whole time. And I'm like, please just stop. And so I went to move her away, and she slipped, and she hit her head. And I didn't mean for that. That wasn't my freaking fault. I wasn't. And then all I'm thinking is, great, now I've pushed her and she's hurt her head and I'm done. I'm just, everything I've tried to do, everything I've tried to be is done because I made a mistake. I didn't really lose my cool. I just tried to move you away. I just didn't want you to hurt yourself.
Sorry.
I just tried to de-escalate the situation because I couldn't get out. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't even just leave. Like, all I wanted to do was just leave. I just wanted nothing to do with that.
Do you know what she hit her head on? Was it the floor or?
I don't know. She just fell, and then she wasn't responsive after that. And I didn't know what the hell to do. Because all I thought is if I call the police now, she's going to say I freaking pushed her, and I'm going to jail.
So what did you do next?
I just tried to wake her. I tried to like snap her out of it, and it just kept getting worse. She just wasn't responding. She made weird breathing sounds, and I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm going to jail. Like, I'm going to jail for killing this woman that I never wanted to hurt. Never.
And I don't think you did.
I never wanted her to be hurt. I never wished ill on her. I tried to always do right by her, no matter what the situation. I just tried to do the right damn thing. And all I'm thinking is, I'm going to jail for trying not to hurt you.
And that's exactly why I wanted you to tell me the truth.
I just wanted it to stop. I just wanted it to go away. I just wanted to just go back.
Okay. And that, I believe you. I believe everything that you just told me. Okay, Stephen?
Doesn't even matter.
It does. It makes a huge difference because that's what we need to do. We need to get to the truth about what happened. Now you know the next question I'm going to ask you. Okay? And I know you don't want to, but we need to know where Tricia is.
I don't know, and I really don't have a freaking clue where that was. I just panicked, and I just drove.
And I
went through 1,000,001 scenarios in my head of what to do, and none of them were good. All of them just ended bad. And
Okay,
I
let me
didn't pay attention to anything. I just drove, and as I drove, I didn't read any signs. I just drove, and I just tried to think of how to fix it, and I couldn't fix it. It was just bad all around, and I'm just like, no matter what, I'm screwed. Like, I am screwed no matter what. I can't go back. I can't go to the hospital now. If I do, how does that look? I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm just freaking out because I just didn't want any of this. I didn't want anything to do with any of that. I just wanted to be a good dad.
I get it. I understand. All right. And Stephen, I wanna help you do the best you can from here. Okay? And I know shit happens. It does. It does. It happens to good people. Okay? It doesn't make you a bad person.
But I don't know where she is, and I can't take her to where she
But
is, and I'm still screwed because
We gotta try to
can't
remember.
remember that. I don't know where that was.
Okay.
It was just a random place. I have no idea where I
Well,
was.
let me just try to understand through the rest of the evening, okay? The first that you said you went through several scenarios.
I just started to figure out what I was going to do. I didn't know what to do. I just panicked.
The first
Just
scenario,
fear and panic is all I had. Just panic and sheer fear because this is not what I
didn't know what to
wanted
do.
with my life. I just tried so hard to do so good and to fix the shit that was wrong, and it was a uphill battle, but I was fixing it. It was getting fixed. My life was getting better. I had moved on. I had my job. I had my career. I was happy with my girlfriend. Everything was fine. I was so fine, so good.
and it's a horrible accident that sometimes these types of things happen, and they happen to good people. And we got to try to get through to do the best that we can from here. Okay. Well, let me just understand the rest of the night. So you told us your first idea was to go take her in the car to her house, right?
Take her home and just.
But then you saw what Joshua was there.
I just saw a vehicle. I didn't know whose vehicle that was. I just didn't know what to do, so I just kept
Okay.
driving. I just kept
Well,
going.
is that when you went back because it was out of gas or low on gas?
Yeah, I didn't know where to go after that, and I
Okay.
didn't know what to do, and I should have just called the police then, I guess. But even then, I was like, well, now I've already left, so now what does this look like?
Right,
Like,
and it just snowballed.
It just got so out of control so fast, and no matter what I have to do, it just made it worse.
So try to help me, and I want to try to help you think through this. You went back, you got the gas, and then you put the gas in the car. Okay. You went out of the neighborhood. Where did you go
I didn't know
when
where
you
to
left?
go.
You
I
went
just
south. You
drove.
turned right,
I
right?
just turned to the right,
Okay.
and then it was just
We-
drove trying to think of what to do and where
I know-
to go and
I know-
how to make it right, and then everything was wrong. Everything
Right.
at that point was wrong. And I even
Here's the
tried to-
thing, Stephen. I know you don't think you remember, but I know you remember. If we can work through this, I think you can figure this out, okay?
I don't know
So
where that
just
stupid place
just
is.
work with me for a
Just-
minute, okay? So you went, you know where Bridge Road is, right? The main road.
Yeah, it goes
Okay.
to the beach.
When you got to the Bridge Road that goes to the beach to the left, right?
Yes.
Did you turn right or did you go straight?
I'm pretty sure I turned right, but everything I saw out there doesn't look like anything. I don't remember anything that I saw out there. I just remember it was.
Do you remember going under a bridge?
I don't know. I just spaced and I just drove and I just tried to think and clear my head and figure it out and what now, and then I just realized that I'm screwed. Like, I'm just
Okay.
done. There's nothing I'm just going to prison. Like, screw
So-
it. I'm going to prison no matter what I do at this point. And it just
So you drove for a while,
I
right?
couldn't explain it.
And I get that. That's a lot to think about. That's a lot to carry around with you. Okay? And this has got to have been tough for you these last couple weeks.
I wanted to tell, but I don't know how to tell it, and it's already so
And that's-
far past.
It's never too late. It's never too late, okay? And that's why I wanted to give you this opportunity, because I want you to tell us the truth. I want you to have that opportunity.
I didn't hurt her.
But-
I didn't.
and-
I never.
Here's what I need. We
I didn't give her
have
murder
so
plan.
many people are looking for her and want to know where she is, okay, will you continue to work with us to try to figure out where she is? You will?
No.
I know you don't think you know, but I need you to give us an honest effort to try to remember.
It was just dark, and it was a dirt road.
So you drove for a while.
It was just dark. And
Hold on, Steve. Let me just talk through this a little bit, okay? So you drove for a while you were thinking. Did you turn anywhere?
Dan, for a moment, I just spaced. I just saw road and I just drove. I didn't want to think. I didn't want anything. It just was just zoned out.
Okay.
Just nothing. Just
Okay,
because
so you don't remember.
just sheer fear and panic, and I just don't know what I should do. Or
Okay, when you get to the end of that dirt road, you turn down a dirt road somewhere, right? Okay, I know you remember this part. Okay, when you get there, what do you see around you?
just stuff. Just
Was it
grass and trees and just nothing.
was it like a
Just-
forest?
I don't know. It was just
Was it
dark.
like a swamp?
I couldn't tell you how thick or how far it went. I just got
Was
to
it
the
was it
point
a
where I
farmland?
just stopped, and then I just got out, and then I didn't know what to do. I knew wherever I was at was way too far to walk, most likely, because I don't even know where the heck I am, and
Right.
it's just dark, and I can't see anything out there. I know there's shrubbery or trees. I don't know how far that goes. I don't know
Could you
what it even is.
see? Could you see the main road from where you were at all?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Even it was so dark the other direction.
How
I
long?
wouldn't even know. if
How
a
long
car
do you think you
passed.
were off the main road?
I just
Okay.
I just wanted.
You said before that you changed your clothes in a little building.
This
Where
not
was that?
in the building? There's some little thing near where I parked your car. I just changed.
Near
put
her
on
house?
More clothes behind it.
Near her house or near where you left Tricia?
Her house. I drove back, and then I just
You changed after you drove back?
because I didn't know what else to do, and I just like, well, the bag has clothes. I can just put more clothes on, and I didn't
Okay.
know what to do.
And Stephen, okay, here's the next thing that I need to understand. When you got to where Tricia ended up, where did you put her? Okay.
I laid her down.
Okay.
I took her out of the car, and I just laid her down.
Was she in water?
No, she was on the ground.
Was there water anywhere nearby?
I don't think so. I didn't hear water. I don't just.
Well, you know how a lot of them have like the little ravines and canals and stuff that run along them. You didn't see anything like that?
I didn't notice any of that. It's
Okay.
just. I just remember it was really
Did she-
dark, and I just took her out, and she just looked peaceful and sweet, like what I remember her. You know, the way I would like to remember her. I don't ever talk bad about her. I still, not like love, but I care about her.
You had a
know,
life
like,
with this person.
I was married 11 years to her.
Yeah.
Of course, I still care.
And you
about her.
created a
And-
life with
and
this
I
person. You're always going to have some peace together. I get that. No matter what else happens, the money and all that other stuff.
just didn't want.
And that's
She
why we
looked-
need to
She just looked peaceful.
do
looked-
everything that we can
And
to
I just-
bring her home now. I know what happened. I know, and that's done. It's in the past, and that's what I want. And I told you in the beginning, I want to talk about the future with you. We're done talking about the past. We know what happened in the past. We need to get beyond that. We need to find her. We need to bring her home.
I don't know. I honestly, after all this time, every day I sat home thinking, today they're gonna come knocking on my door. There's no way they're not gonna find her. I don't even know where I left her.
Did you-
And I didn't even try to cover her up. I just laid her down.
So
because
she
I was
was-
hoping beyond belief that she would be okay. I just
Well,
didn't.
you knew she was peaceful. You knew she was at peace at that time. I
was
mean,
just hoping it was
I know you were
wrong.
hoping.
I was just
I know you were hoping,
it was wrong.
but you knew that was not the case. And it's horrible and it's unfortunate, but like you said, and that's just what happened, and bad things happen. But so you're telling me you did not cover her up at all?
I didn't even
Did
think
you?
to. I didn't even know what to. I didn't know what to do with her. I just
Okay.
it's everything. I thought like, okay, if I bring her back, but then it's like, why did you go anywhere in the first place? And then it's like, if I go to the hospital, then I don't know how to explain to them that I didn't do this to her. And it's just all
just sounded so bad. I just wanted it all to end. I just wanted the whole thing to just stop and just go back.
Okay, and I know this is tough, and this is something that you don't want to go back to, but I need you to try to think really hard about what it was like there, okay? Because we've got to do this. We've got to bring her home. And I need you to help us do that.
If I could take you, I would take you.
I know.
So I could show you.
I know, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to help me. I'm trying to help you to remember what you can. How long did you sit in the car once you got there?
Yes, I
Was that
stopped
for-
and I thought, and then
Was that for a long time that you thought?
No idea. Once I got down this dirt road, I kind of realized like I don't even know where the hell I am. I don't even know where this road is going. I just kind of stopped after a bit. I just stopped, and that's why I said it was dusty, because when I stopped, the dust caught up or whatever, and then I just didn't know what to do. His ex-wife was in the back of the car, in the freaking back seat, and I.
Okay. Try to think. I know you don't want to put yourself there, but put yourself there for a minute and think. Try to look around and tell me. You've got to try to remember what it looked like there. I know it's dark.
It's just a narrow.
It's black, but you could tell.
area.
Could you see the stars? It was kind of a full moon, mostly full moon that night. Did you see the moon?
I don't remember looking for the moon. I never thought to look at it.
But that's going to give you a little bit of light at that time. Did you see farmland? Did you see animals?
Couldn't see anything. There was shrubbery. There was foliage around, but I don't know what kind of foliage. I don't know how thick the foliage was.
But it wasn't real tall. It wasn't like real tall trees.
There were some. It wasn't like, what are they, pine trees? It wasn't like that, but it wasn't like, they weren't like bushes. I don't even know what kind of trees there were. I just know it wasn't a forest. It was just, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
Was the road straight, or did it curve at all?
It was straight. I'm pretty sure it was straight.
It was just like a straight shot?
It might have had a slight curve, or I don't know, just a slight, you know what I mean? Like, It's not, I don't know, not like a razor straight. It just,
Do you remember passing any buildings? No?
I couldn't see anything out there, and that's why eventually I just kind of stopped, because I can't see anything. Like, the headlights are on, I can't see anything. I don't know, there's just nothing out here. I
Okay.
don't know where I'm going. There's just nothingness.
So now you need, after you take her out of the car, you need to get back to her place. Okay.
Because I needed to get back. I didn't even really know where I was going to go at that point. I just had to
So
figure
try to
out where the heck I was. And I just went back to the road. I just turned around and I went back the direction I came.
Okay.
And then after
Now
that,
think
I came
about that.
to the
Was
main road.
that so you just drove down that one dusty
I
road,
just drove back.
and then you hit the main road?
And then I hit the main road, and I figured I
Was
would
that
turn left.
that was probably Bridge Road again?
I don't know. I just figured I would turn left because left made sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just drove, and even then, I don't know where. None of that stuff out there made sense because I couldn't see anything. It was just road, just road, hard road. And then eventually, I knew where I was at because I was back at the main intersection, and like, this makes sense. I know where I am because I've seen that main intersection.
So from where she was, you turned left and went straight, and eventually came back to the Bridge
It was a hard
Road and
road, so I
Federal
just
Highway.
turned left because if it's a hard road, I figured maybe this is back the way I came.
Mhm.
Left made sense. I just turned left and I drove, and none of it looked familiar. None of it. I didn't see any signs even. I just drove left because I don't know. I figured left would be back.
How long do you think you drove? I know you don't know exactly the time, but was it? You can remember
It was
minutes,
just a while.
10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, an hour. You didn't have that much gas, so I don't think you drove an hour each way, did you?
I don't think so. But I don't know how long it was.
But it was a while.
I just remember going left, and I'm on a hard road, so I'll just follow it to see where it goes.
When you
hopefully
came-
I realize where I am, and I did. And so I was like, well, I'm back in town, and then I didn't know what to do, so I just took it back to her house.
Do you remember going under the highway?
How do you go over the highway? Don't you? Doesn't the bridge go over it?
At Bridge Road, there's the. I'm pretty sure it's under. Everybody sits under that bridge. But yeah, that's
I thought it was
there's.
over.
Do you remember?
I thought it was over.
But that's 95. Do you remember passing 95?
I remember going over a bridge. I don't remember under a bridge. There was an over, but I don't remember there being an under. And I don't
You remember going over a bridge, though?
I remember over, yes.
I think there's a
not
railroad
under a
bridge that you go over.
I don't know, I just drove. Just wanted to end the night. I just wanted the whole night to stop.
How far past that bridge that you went over, do you remember? Did you go a long ways past that?
The whole night felt like an eternity, honestly.
But you drove for a while? I mean, just try to remember as best you can. Did you drove for a while after you went over that bridge?
Yeah, I don't know how far. It just felt far. The worst distance. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible at that.
Okay.
Worst distance.
Is there anything else you can remember about where you were at when you left her? Anything else around? Anything that you can remember to try to help us find her?
I didn't see anything. I just turned around and yeah, the road wasn't super wide, so I did, the 3-point turn or whatever. But I didn't pay attention to anything when I was there. I just wanted to get back, wherever back was. I just wanted to get back, and I wanted the night to just be over. I just wanted everything to just be done. I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna do my best, okay? But there's a lot of people that love Tricia too, okay?
I know.
And I know you
That's why I
didn't,
would never come down
I
here
know
and
you
do some
didn't-
craziness like that.
and I know you didn't want to take her from them. I know that wasn't your
No, I
intention.
would never do that. And my daughter needs her mother.
But the thing is that's a result nonetheless. Family, all her friends, the church, there's a whole community, okay? I'd like to give you the opportunity now to write an apology and try to get that off of yourself.
I have no idea what I would say.
The truth, because the truth is what? That you didn't mean for this to happen, but it did.
Never.
And that are you sorry that it happened?
Of course
Of
I am.
course you are.
Holy crap. I wish I could have found another way to de-escalate it, but she just wouldn't let it go. She just kept pushing the issue about money. And
And I know
all I'm thinking is, I don't have any money anyway. Like, just wait till the first. I'll fix it. I don't know why it's such a big deal with you.
I know.
It just
I know.
didn't even make sense.
And this is going to be a lot of weight, and has been a lot of weight. I mean, you carried a lot of this for so long now, for weeks, and that's more than anybody can really take. And I can tell you that getting this off your chest and writing an apology to these people saying you're sorry that it happened this way, that you did not mean for it to happen this way, and although it did happen, that you're truly sorry, I think that's going to help lift a lot of weight. Is that something that you'd like to do?
I don't feel like a sorry means anything to anybody.
You'd be
What's
surprised.
the point of a sorry?
You'd be surprised. People want to know that.
Of course, I'm freaking sorry. I didn't.
Yeah, I'll get you. I'm going to step out for a minute. I'll get you some paper, okay? And you can think about if you want to do that real quick, okay? I'll be right back.
Well, sweet.
All right, so what you afternoon, before lunch, after
Picked her
lunch?
up in the afternoon. I remember because I came over in the morning to get the home,
Okay.
and at 9, because Candy on her site says, check-ins at 9, so I showed up a little before 9. And then I messaged her to ask, well, how do I gain access? Where's the key? Are you coming over? Like, what's your routine? I don't know. And I probably should have asked you beforehand until, instead of wait till now. A few minutes go by, and then she messages me back and says, like, oh, she wasn't even sure if the current people were gone yet. And I was like, oh, that's awkward. And then on top of that, she hadn't had time to clean yet. And that she would be done hopefully by 11 something or whatever. And I was like, well, I don't really want to stand here while you clean. That's just awkward. Even in a hotel, I don't just stand there while the cleaning lady.
Yeah, but you're willing to go to one of these places and stay in the house with the owner of the place?
Well, I
Talk
don't
about
want to
awkward.
stand over her shoulder while she's
All right.
like making the bed or
I got
cleaning the
you.
toilet. So I figured I would just leave. I needed to do some shopping because the other benefit to Airbnb is it's a full home, so I can have food, I can cook, whatever. It's no big deal. Whereas in a hotel, I have to eat out, and even then, it's just cramped and.
Overtly, I mean, she didn't seem to be very, very sick.
Even that day, she was
Okay.
running around the backyard. And
When was the day, when did she first get sick then?
She was already sick. She just wasn't that bad off. I didn't realize how bad it was, I guess, the Monday. Because like I said, she was
Okay.
just congested and stuff.
When was the trip to the hospital though? Didn't you and Tricia?
That was the next night.
Okay, so now we're on Tuesday the 26th. You gotta keep me on my times because I'll get screwed up and then I'll confuse you or myself. All right, so Tuesday. Go to the hospital,
Yes.
and that's in whose car? Hers or yours?
In hers.
Okay, and hers is a little white. What is it? What's her car?
It's a Dodge Neon.
And that's the one we see in the videos with the hubcap or whatever it is, right? Okay. Whose car did you go in? Hers or yours?
It's her car.
Her car. That's on Tuesday to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And what time do you guys leave the hospital? Do you remember?
I have no idea what time it was. I don't even know what time we went to the hospital. I just remember.
Afternoon, morning,
Well, it
evening?
was in the evening. I just don't remember time. I wasn't referencing everything. I didn't look at a clock before I did it. Just
Yeah, I got it.
beforehand, I was trying to debate with her about going. I was like, we don't need to go because you just gave her some children's Tylenol. Let's wait.
Okay.
You know, if you did give it to her, wait an hour or so or whatever. Wait a little longer to see if it has any effect because how else would you know?
Is she kind of, you ever hear the term helicopter parent? What a helicopter parent is?
No, I don't.
Somebody, you should know, come on, man, you're the aircraft guy. It's a parent who kind of hovers over their kids and is very protective and very involved and probably much so, overly so.
Yes and no, because was the more protective that was more cautious with her. You know, we would she's capable of walking, and Tricia is, you know, like to that one who is all the way over here playing in the water. And I'm like standing in between, and I'm like looking at her, like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm sending a message. In the waves, like,
She couldn't swim.
right, she doesn't understand waves. If one comes in and she obviously won't be able to time, like, there she goes. And I'm thinking, like, are you kidding me? So I
Yeah,
pick her up and I bring her back, you know, to the shore where she's not going to get sucked into the ocean or whatever.
right.
But it was just always like, I was always the more cautious parent where she kind of just had that laissez-faire, it'll be okay kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like, you can't do that. Like, things happen.
So, better?
No.
No?
She was still really lethargic, very quiet. She didn't really talk or communicate much. She just wasn't herself. She just kind of sat there. She wouldn't even really answer you when you asked her questions.
Okay, is that the night then, as we talk about the evening of the 26th after the hospital, is that the night that Tricia comes over to the place you're staying at? This is all the same day?
Well, there's 2 different days. She came over Monday night as well, though.
Okay,
But Monday night was after I texted her and I said, hey, books, I don't have any
Okay.
toys, I don't have anything, I don't have any way to entertain her other than television. And I don't want to sit there and just pop her in front of the TV all day. That's just silly.
Okay.
You know? I didn't even have like coloring books. So she says, okay, when I get off work, I'll bring you some. And I thought, great, they'll bring me some toys, not a big deal. And when she came over, she brought like a bucket that had a bunch of toys in it. I was like, perfect. And she stayed and talked about her possible love interest and all that. And I'm thinking,
how did that make you feel?
I didn't care.
This is the puppet dude you were talking about?
I didn't know that was the guy that she was supposedly into. I had no idea who that guy even was.
I mean, this is, we're talking about I assume you were not jealous of whatever was going on in her life. You had your own life, you were moving your own direction, right?
Exactly.
The only tie you had to her at this point in time was whatever financial obligations you had with.
So I'd never even be in Florida.
Right, okay. All right, so that's the 25th, the night of the 26th, after you got to the hospital, you get home. How is it that, you told me you guys went to the hospital in her car, you all go back to your place
Yes.
and leaves,
Yes.
and you don't know what time that is?
No, I didn't.
Dark,
I mean, it was dark when I went to the hospital. I don't know
Yeah.
what time though that
right,
was.
okay.
But well, when she's with me, I try to send her to bed around 8, but because all day she didn't do anything but just sit and throw up, she didn't nap, she just laid there. So she fell asleep on the way back from the hospital.
Okay.
Because I had to wake her up in the car seat when we got back. And I was like, well, crap, now she's got a nap, you know, and it's whatever time at night, you know, and now she's, you know, got a second wind, so to speak. So she's pretty awake, and even when we left the hospital, she was doing a lot better. She had finished her first little thing of Gatorade and Pedialyte or whatever. And so now she's rejuvenated and awake. And I'm like, well, it's fine. I'll hang out with her. You know, she'll be fine. And then when she gets tired, I'll just put her to bed, whatever that time
Okay,
is.
but that's after. She's kind of
Well, I
awake.
tell Trish that's kind of my plan. I'll put her
Alright.
to bed. It's no big deal. But then she leaves.
These two, so basically, this is like the third time you would have had contact with Trish when she leaves. She brings the toys in. The third time is you guys go to the hospital.
It was
Okay.
from her normal sitter, Denise.
Okay, so it's only the second time.
Mhm.
Any conflicts, any arguments, any disputes, any disagreements?
Like I
Just-
said, when we're face to face in
Right.
person, she's not the same person, basically.
Okay.
She's very sweet and how are you and oh, you look
Okay.
nice today and, you know, just complimenting me. Oh, looks like you're going to the gym. That's nice. Oh, your outfit's very nice. You know, and it just kind of put me off. Like, why? Like, I would never compliment you. Like, not to be rude, but I'm not going to compliment you.
Be putting on a show in the presence of your child. I mean, that
Maybe.
Okay.
And I remember telling my mom about it, and my mom told Trish, and I was like, well, I'm not telling mom anything anymore.
what then, how is it that it is that Trish comes to be back at the, I keep calling it the bed and breakfast, the B&B thing or whatever it is?
When she got tired, she said, where's mommy?
Yeah.
And I told her, mommy's at her house. And she says, well, I want mommy. And I said, well, mommy, we'll see you tomorrow. Or, you know, I'll take you to mommy's house tomorrow. Just trying to help her understand, like, you know, it's just me and you, you're fine. And she just kind of kept saying, I want mommy. And I'm thinking, well, I guess I get it. You did just see the both of us together. And in the past, Trish had mentioned that, once again, via Skype, she, you know, pictures of us together. And, you know, she wanted to keep this photo out of the two of us. And I was like, well, yeah, it'd be a little awkward. I get why you wouldn't. You know, a photo of the two of us together. Whatever. And so I was like, well, I guess that makes sense. You know, you saw us together. This is, you know, I guess kids naturally want their mommy and their daddy to be in the same place. So I told Trish, which, once again, in the past, she's let me know.
Yeah.
I'll come get her. And in the past, well, you're like right down the street, so I'll just message you and you can just come get her, and then she'll be happy.
So your plan was to have home with her?
Then yes, if she was just going to be up and antsy, then yeah, you could just take her and go back home. But I still wanted to spend time with her the next day because I wasn't leaving till that afternoon.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're her dad.
Mhm.
Why didn't you just say, look, you know, mommy's doing her thing. You get to spend some time with me, and why bring Tricia back over? I mean, just, it seems to me the last person you want to have any dealings with when you're down here with your daughter is your ex-wife.
Well, to an extent. And
Okay.
to me, I thought, who am I to deny my daughter her mother? I'm not going to tell you, no, go to bed. You know, like, it's your mom.
Okay, so we know exactly what time that text is, and that's at what? 12:08. So now we're into Wednesday, just so we know we're all on the same days. We're on 4/27 Wednesday. Okay. So when she comes over, what happens? What are you all doing?
She comes over, she comes over on the couch. And so she rushes over and sits with her, and she picks her up, and they're watching the show that was. And they sit together on the couch, and they talk, and just, I don't know, just whatever, mom, daughter, like, they just sit together, you know?
Okay.
And she's just holding her and sitting on the couch.
Okay, so let's stop here for a moment. Let's stop on April 27th, 12 something in the morning. You got breakfast place. And the last time I heard anything about this case, the last time I had been briefed on anything that happened in this case was 3 weeks ago, when everything happened, and you were cooperating with law enforcement, and you told them what happened from the 27th on. What did you tell them? Because what I heard today is not the same as what you told them. What did you tell them the first time you spoke to the cops about what happened that day?
I didn't tell them about her wanting me to go get her laptop.
But what did you tell them? That she just hung out there for a while and was out of gas or something? Tell me about that.
I told them that she came over and leave her here.
Okay.
Great, because I still want to spend time with her. And then I said that she left, and that's when she discovered she didn't have gas.
Okay, so you told them that she went out, got to her car, didn't have gas, and then what, came back?
Yes.
And then you did what?
And then I went around looking for gas through the home.
Okay.
Or gas can.
And the guy next door, the Chinese fella or Japanese or whatever, you spoke with him trying to get a gas can from him, that guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, did you see him over there? Could you see him from where you were standing? Because he saw you all night. He could see you coming and going or whatever. And I was just wondering if, obviously you must have been able to see him because you went over and asked him for a gas can.
No, I didn't see him.
How did you know to go over there and ask for a can?
I heard his phone.
Okay,
He was, I don't know if he was playing a game or messaging someone
gotcha.
or something like that. And when I was standing outside, I heard the phone, and I was like, well, perfect. If someone's awake, I can ask them for a gas can, because obviously I'm not going to knock on random people's doors at whatever time of night it is.
right.
Ask for a gas can. But if you're awake and you're outside on your porch,
Okay,
sure, I can approach you and hopefully ask for a gas can.
all right. And he didn't speak English, right? They had to bring somebody in to interpret for you?
Right.
And I assume you don't speak.
I didn't know what language it was,
Okay.
obviously. But
All right.
yeah, a woman comes from inside. Yeah, he tells me to hold on, and a woman comes from inside.
He has no gas, so my understanding is then you got in your car with the can, went off and got her a couple of gallons of gas and whatever, right?
I had to purchase it, but yeah,
Okay, right, well, right.
yeah.
All right, and you, at that time, the video reflects what you were wearing. Do you remember what you were wearing?
Yeah, it was just the same thing I've been sleeping in every night already. It was just a red shirt and some shorts, just because
Okay.
they're comfy.
Okay, all right. So then you go back, then your story is what after you get the gas?
Then I go back and I put gas in her car,
And then what?
and then she leaves.
Okay, all right. And now, so then that was the last time you saw from her, heard from her, had any knowledge of it. That was your story, right?
Yes.
Now, what I asked them to do to make sure is, look, you gotta go back up, you gotta talk to Mr. Williams, we gotta make sure we got these time frames down, you gotta make sure that, and you consistently told that story exactly that way multiple times, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so then today I was surprised when they called me and said, you know, there's some additional stuff that he's adding on. So let's talk a little bit about that, because it doesn't make sense. You know, it just doesn't make sense, and you understand that. I've heard you say in here multiple times, you know, how this is stupid, stupid this, stupid that, doesn't make any sense. So I want you and I to make sense of this while we have an opportunity, okay? So now walk me through, Tricia shows up sometime after 12:08, Wednesday, April 27th, 2016. Walk me through that day, walk me through the events.
All that happens. She sits there, they sit together, they talk and do, you know, mommy-daughter things. I don't sit with them because, once again, she's my ex-wife. And I don't have feelings for her in that way. I don't want to be rubbing shoulders with her, so to speak, you know. So I just kind of stand off and just let her ask me to go get her laptop. And I'm telling her, like, that's stupid. Why would I go get your laptop? And she just kind of kept saying, like, but she falls asleep soon, and then I can still do stuff with her. Otherwise, I got to go pick her up in the morning, and it's just more work. And so I didn't want to argue anymore. I never liked arguing with her, and I just caved and said, fine.
Dude, I'm so with you on this whole, it don't make sense, go get my laptop. I could envision having this conversation with my wife. What are you talking about? Why? What did she need the laptop for? That's
She
what's,
just kept saying work. And even earlier that night when she had it at the hospital, she just kept saying, like, I got to send an email for work. And she just kept saying it over and over, like I'm supposed to know what that means. Or
one email or multiple email? Well, I mean, did it make,
even at the hospital, I'm like, we're at the hospital with our 2-year-old, and you bring your laptop in. So do work. And I'm thinking that couldn't wait, but once again, I don't care. If that's what you're gonna do, that's what you're gonna do. I've just learned, don't just let it be. You know,
Which laptop was the one she had in the car already?
I don't know. I just know she asked me to go get her work laptop. And the one she had at the hospital was a black. I don't know what it was, but it was black.
Does she have more than one laptop?
As far as I knew, yeah, because
Okay.
if she was calling that black one her work laptop, then I remember when we separated, she had it used to be my old laptop. It's a silver, I don't know if it's a Dell or HP or something, but she had another laptop that,
Okay.
you know, that's what we usually Skype on.
All right, but so, I mean, I get this impression from you that you're this kind of laid back, non-confrontational, chilled guy.
So I try to be, yeah. I just,
But how, I mean, you know, like, what in the hell do you need a laptop for? You
no,
see, I mean,
just because,
Okay.
listen, after 11 years and
All right.
before, I just.
what it
I don't
is she
wanna argue.
beat you down, is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I didn't want all the nonsense from the past. I was just like, you know what? Fine. If it's that important.
Where was the laptop?
She told me it was at home
Okay, where was she living?
from, once again, prior weeks before or whatever. She had told me, like, hey, in accordance with the. Okay, I don't know why it's
Okay.
important, but what are you telling me? She's like, oh, well, this is our new address, or that
Okay.
we moved. And I was like, well, what's the address, please? And then she waited forever. I had to remind her, like, hey, what's this address?
Had you, prior to the morning of April 27th, have you ever been to that new address of hers?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know when I saw the numbers, but I looked it up to see where that even was. You know,
Okay.
when she originally gave it to me, and I saw where it was. I was like, oh, that's where Josh was living. So I took it as Josh moved out and you moved in.
Josh, her brother?
Yes.
Okay.
But after seeing Skype, I could see that Josh was always there in
Okay.
the background or talking or something like that. And so if almost every day of the week this person is there, it tells me he still lives there. You know, and I didn't really question it. Once again, not my place. It's not my business.
How did you
know?
plan on getting the laptop from the house?
Exactly. That's why I was like, this is a stupid idea. Like, I don't even know if he's here. I don't know what his schedule is like. If he is, what do I tell him? Oh, well, your sister, my ex-wife, told me at whatever time it is to come and get her work laptop.
Why didn't you just bring her up? Why didn't you
I didn't even bring my
call
phone.
them?
I didn't bring my phone. I
You didn't bring your
argue.
telephone?
Right. I
Well,
didn't.
but I'm saying from the bed and breakfast, why not call Josh and say, look, your sister's on my ass. She wants her laptop. I'm running by. Can you just have it ready?
I don't even have his number. I didn't know if he was even there. I didn't know anything other than she.
Well, but she would have had it, right?
Yeah, but I didn't think like that.
Okay,
It was
fine.
just I
Okay.
don't want to argue. I'll just go get it. You know,
Okay.
I caved. I'll just go get it.
Okay, so you're driving in that direct. What car do you take?
I take hers.
Okay, and what did you just basically figure you're going to roll up there and knock on the door and say, "Yo, Josh, it's
Well, I mean,
It's
I
me,
have the
Steven.
keys to the car, so I imagine I would just use the key if I needed to. But
okay."
again, I don't even know if he's
Why did you
there
take her car? Why would you have taken her car?
because her car is blocking my car in.
Okay, where was her car parked?
It's just the driveway, so she just pulled in.
Okay, so your car is in front and then she's right behind you?
Yes.
Okay, all right, makes sense. So you back out your drive there and
I get I assumed halfway there or something, and I just decided this is stupid. This doesn't make sense. I don't even know if he is here. What do I say to him? If he's not here, this is still really awkward. And then I'm like, I don't even know where it is in the home. Like, I'm just gonna rummage through this place to find some work. Like,
yeah,
all of it just seemed really dumb to me and bad. And so I just turned around. And at that point is when I realized this car has next to no gas. Like,
okay, so that's when we got your car is on video out in front of what's the name of the place, Jess? When it's turning around?
Stonies.
Stoney's, do you know what Stoney's is?
no.
Okay, but there's the white car without the hubcap that does a U-turn there, that's gonna be you having the epiphany, what the hell am I gonna do? I can't get this laptop and going back.
Well, I probably could have, but that just from past instances with her, all I'm thinking is this doesn't make sense. This feels really dumb.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm making a grave error by even being out here right now. Like, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, I think you're being a little dramatic. I mean, not grave error, but
Well,
it's
it just
a
felt
stupid idea is what you're saying.
right. It's like
Okay.
this doesn't make sense to come get this laptop now. I should have stood my ground and told her to just wait. But I did, I just didn't want to argue because I'd never like arguing with her, and I just
Okay.
caved. So I was like, you know what, this is dumb. I'm going back. She can
So
just-
now you're doing the Louis, or you're doing the U-turn and heading back to your place, and that's when you say you notice her car is low on gas?
yeah, that's when I'm looking because I made a U-turn.
Yeah, but I mean,
Everything.
shouldn't that light have come on a long time before?
I did her classic thing where I didn't pay attention. I was just like annoyed, and I just got in the car and I just drove. And
Okay.
it wasn't until making the U-turn that I'm
That you
realizing
saw it.
like, this thing
Now-
is almost no gas.
So here's I try to live in a logical world that makes sense, and basically you have an engineer's type mind. You like everything to be perfect. I mean, when you're working on an airplane, you don't say, well, it looks like this part goes here, right?
Right.
I mean, it goes there, and if you put the wrong part in the wrong place, planes crash, people die. You can't have that, right?
Right.
So, things have to be in order and they have to make sense. They have to be logical. The first thing that popped in my mind when I heard this change in your story, adding in the going to get the laptop thing is, why don't you get the gas right then? Why are we going through all of these motions to go search for a gas can?
I didn't want to pay for the gas. And
And that's another theme you and I keep having. This money, money. You keep talking about money. I mean, what are we talking about? $4?
For me, it wasn't just the fact that it's $4. It's like the principle that I shouldn't have to put gas in your car. Like, we're not together. Just like I shouldn't have to pay for your cell phone if we're not
Right.
together. I shouldn't, I shouldn't have to do these things for you. Like getting the laptop, I shouldn't even be doing.
But you're not, here's the problem with that, Steve, is you're really not doing it for her. You're kind of doing it for Faith. Like I heard what you said was, look, I'm going to get a little gas can, put it in there next time because she's toting my daughter around. She'll have a can in the car.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she can maybe get gas or whatever. So really,
Thing is, I'm annoyed by the whole situation. The last thing I'm gonna do is spend any money on you to put gas in your car.
all right.
So I just drive it back, and then I tell her, like, you need to put gas in your car. And we talk about, like, why you don't have gas or whatever, and she tells me I was gonna get gas in the morning, and just the same stuff I've heard before.
All right, but so at that point in time now, you get back, you don't have a laptop. That couldn't have gone over very well.
Well, I explained why I didn't go get it, and yeah, she didn't. I mean, she wasn't very happy, but once again, I think I told her the gas took more precedence, basically.
But you didn't know about the gas until after you'd abandoned the laptop.
Well, on the way
Project.
back, yes, and that's
Yeah.
what I told. So I come back, she'd asked, like, you don't have a laptop, and I told her, like, yeah, I didn't go get it, and you don't have any gas in your
Did
car.
she get hot? Did that get heated? I mean, did she get upset?
No, I think she just kind of like realized it was a stupid errand to go on anyway. Because, like I said, I didn't really argue it very much, but at the same time, my whole premise was this is why. Like, it can wait.
Okay, so let's just stop here now because there's now this whole. Again, one of the reasons I wanted them to make sure when they talked to you back when all this went down was because the sure sign that somebody. You've ever heard the concept of consciousness of guilt? You know what that means?
I've heard of it. I don't know.
People might act in a certain way or do a certain thing that leads others to believe they did something wrong. Like, for instance, people who run from the cops, what do you think they're doing?
Right.
Yeah, right? They're running because they did something wrong. People who lie because they're covering something up. Okay? So the first thing I need you to get me over is how you could tell them this initial version of events and leave out this whole, as you said multiple times, stupid laptop thing.
Because it was stupid and it didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to this day. I don't understand why
Right.
you would send me on a fool's errand for a laptop.
But you see, the fact you keep kind of making the argument, which is it doesn't make sense. And when something doesn't make sense, it's generally not true. And so you not saying that originally and now coming up with it will make people think, well, geez, he's got to change his story to meet facts or information that maybe he thinks is now important. And I don't. You could have very easily said to Jesse the first time, look, she wanted me to get the laptop. I relented because I didn't want to get in an argument with her. I drove half the way and I said, to hell with it, I came back. But then when they confront you with the fact that they've got her car going down the road and doing this turn, now you plug this laptop thing in. That doesn't look good.
I understand.
Do you agree with me?
I understand, yes.
If I got up and I sat over there and you sat here, what would you think of me telling you that?
probably feel the way you feel.
Bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even when they asked about me washing my car, it's like, if you know me, my car is always clean.
I'd
Driving it 700 plus miles, I just wanted it clean before I drove it another 700 back and
Yeah.
smashed more bugs into it.
uh
And I even planned to wash it that weekend when I got back, but I didn't. So
Right. Well, and there's like, you can look at one fact and say, ooh, that's suspicious. But then in the broader context, once you know the whole story, which I already said, you're kind of like a fastidious, clean guy. You're orderly. So you clean your car. It doesn't really mean a lot to
like
me.
I said, my daughter threw up all over the back seat.
Well, that helps.
I didn't have any means
Okay.
to really clean it, so I wiped it up, but that was it.
All right. So we are in agreement. Then you agree with my assessment that it's suspicious that you would tell this story the same way over and over and over, but yet then when confronted by the cops with an additional piece of evidence, you would add a fact that would conveniently explain what they discovered. You agree with me that should give somebody some cause or pause for concern?
I just left it out because it was stupid. Just like going to, what was it, Sally Beauty Supply. They asked like, "Oh, what did you buy there?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't mention it because I bought my daughter some hair stuff, but it just wasn't significant to the story. I went to Walmart."
Right, because you're only going to focus on significant events. Daughter was sick, you call her to significant things.
Right.
Okay, so, all right. Now, you go, there's no gas, there's no real issue with her about the fact of the laptop because she's come to realize it's stupid too. And what happens with gas now? Tell me what went down with the gas situation.
She had mentioned that she knew there was no gas in the car, but she was going to get gas in the morning, and then after driving over here, and then obviously I didn't think to look at her gas thing when I drove it because I was just, I don't know, just kind of in my own, like, this is a stupid errand, I don't know why I'm doing the stupid errand, and then like halfway through, I'm like, yeah, this is done, I turn around. But at that point is when I look and I notice like she has next to no gas in this car.
Right, I got that. What I'm saying is you're back, you tell her no laptop, and you're low on gas, what happens?
We discussed the whole gas thing, and that's when she tells me about, not putting gas in because she was going to do it or whatever.
Okay.
And then I tell her that, if you have a gas can, put gas in it. And she's like, is there one around here? I'm like, I don't know, like it's a house, but I don't know, I don't live here.
So here's another problem I have. Now you've been with her a little over an hour. This is the ex. You're here to see the daughter. Mm-hmm. It seems to me you should be at that point where you're ready for Tricia to go home. Get out of the house.
Well, yeah.
So why at that point in time isn't it, hey, look, you're low on gas. I just drove by an open gas station. You need to go and go get some gas. Why didn't it go down that way?
Because I was just trying to be a good person. 'Cause I've always tried to be nice and just good to her, even though we're not together. Once again, I don't hate her. I have no ill will. I still want us to, for the most part, be amicable and mesh. I just don't want to pretend like we're buddy.
Did you guys ever, in the course of your 11-year relationship, ever have physical altercations? Was there ever any domestic violence in the house?
There was once when we were separated at that time too. We just weren't living apart yet. In fact, we were already dating other people, but we were still sharing a house, which was silly because my lawyer then even told me you should just move, but I didn't. And I didn't see it at the time. Once again, I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't see what she was doing, but she basically she pushed my buttons to the point where I restrained her. I was like, I don't know why you're so upset. I don't know why you're attacking me. I just put her arms behind her and I pushed her against the wall, like, please stop being ridiculous right now.
Okay.
I don't know why you're so upset over. It was a key. She had left her key with me for the weekend to go to Georgia or something. And even when she left it, I was like, I don't know why you're leaving me your key because it's dumb, but whatever. And when she came back, because I had already been home, she was like, I want my key now. I'm like, well, I don't know where it is because my room is trashed and I just don't feel like cleaning it. It's late.
Okay.
I gotta go to work. And then she just kind of kept pushing the issue, and to the point where I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to bed. I'll find your key in the morning. And I went to close the door, and then she shoved the door back open, and I'm like, again, I don't have a key. I mean, I do, but... And she just kept pushing it to the point where then she got physical, and I don't want to hit you. And the other issue is the only way out of that home is that hallway that we're at the end of. So now I can't go through her to get out because that's just even worse.
So, I mean, this key issue, she just kept harping on the key.
Right.
And that's what you call pushing your button.
not harping, but she got physical. So then when she saw that, like,
So let me ask you, when she was harping on the laptop and harping on the laptop, did that piss you off? Did that push your button?
not really. I just kind of once again just shut down because we've been
Okay.
married for so long. I just learned I don't want to argue. I just
Okay.
it's just is this the hill you want to die on?
Did you, okay, did somebody call the cops on that incident?
I don't know if she did or the neighbor she went to did.
Okay, and did you get arrested for that?
Yes.
Were you in the military at the time?
Yes.
And were you convicted of that offense?
They were pressing charges, and then by the time all of it was going through, we had gotten back together, we had reconciled, and she knew that she basically set me up. She even admitted, like, I knew that I was just trying to get you kicked out of the house. It was the only way I could get you out of the house was to get you arrested, so yeah, I got you kicked out so that you would be out, because that was the only other way she could get me out.
So what, did the prosecutor drop the charge or did
Not
the
initially, no. She did all the work to get the prosecutor to drop it and get the record expunged.
Has your record been expunged?
Apparently not, but
Okay.
I had a letter, I don't even know where that thing went, saying that it was expunged by the South Carolina or whatever, but
So, okay, you were living in South Carolina at the time?
yes.
In a military base?
We're living off base.
Where was the town?
It's Sumter, South
Okay.
Carolina.
All right, so we're back to you returned to the house after the errant laptop mission, and you told her that the car's low on gas. Pick me up from there.
So the car was low on gas, and she said I was going to get gas in the morning, but I
Right.
didn't because, you called me and I came for faith. And again, I'm like, all right, well, it's even lower now because I drove it, halfway to your place and I just turned around because I didn't feel like getting a laptop. It didn't make sense. I thought it was done,
Okay.
so I came back. And then she says, well, is there a gas can? You can just go up the street and get gas. And I'm like, I can look, So once again, not wanting to be a jerk and just sending you out there with no gas in your car. I'll look, see if there's a gas can. I look around the home, no gas can. Go out by the boat, no gas can. Look by the shed, no gas can. And at that point, I'm standing outside and I hear the neighbors, and that's when I decide, like, okay, well, if he's outside and whatever time this is, I can ask him. Well, I didn't know the he at the time, but I could ask them if they have a gas can. And that's the whole, like, he had to speak English, and I don't know who that was, she came to the door and they said, no, they don't have a gas can. So I said, crap, there goes my last hope of a gas can anywhere around here. And then she says, well, gas stations sell gas cans, kind of how I look at it too. If I give you money, will you go? And I'm like, fine. If you're paying for it, once again, because I didn't feel like I need to pay you to do a service for you,
Okay.
So she gave me a 20 out of her purse, and then I went and I got gas.
Whose car?
I took my car because hers had next to no gas.
When you pulled in, did you pull in behind your car again, or where did you
I
park?
moved her car out to the side so it wouldn't be in the way.
Why didn't you? Why engage in the whole ridiculous search for a gas can if all you had to do is take her car up to the gas station, put a couple bucks in it, and come back?
Because I didn't want to pay for it. It was really all.
No, I got you there, buddy. I'm talking about you come back to the house, you tell Tricia you're out of gas. She says, will you please go get gas? You just want to be done with this. You say, okay, but you go on this search for the mythical gas can. Why not just drive her car and get gas?
I assumed with a home, if you own a home, most people own a gas can. They just.
I'm with you. I understand
So I
that,
could
but
just borrow it and then.
wouldn't it have been easier just to drive her car to get the gas?
There was next to no gas in it. I didn't want to take the chance of it running out on the way there.
Okay.
So I just said, I'll just take my car, I'll put some gas, I'll get a gas can and get some gas and then bring it back and you should be fine.
Okay. All right. So you go to the gas station and so you're on video, dressed exactly like you said. So I appreciate you being honest. Clear as day, buying gas. I forget what it was, a few bucks worth of gas. 148. And then we see your car leave, and then we see your car pull up at the gas station, and we see your car come back to the bed and breakfast place at about 1:56.
Okay.
So you're gone 8 minutes. Nobody's in the car with you, right?
No, she's still with Faith.
She's with Faith. You get home and tell me what happens.
I get home, I take the gas can out, put the gas in her car, and then
What do you do with the gas can?
I put it in her trunk.
Okay.
Because, like I said, in my mind, I figured I don't want gas being in the back seat because
Sure.
once again, and I just put it in her trunk, and then that's when I go inside to tell her, like, hey, done, you got gas, but she's not where I remember her being, basically, which was on the couch or in the
Where's Faith?
living room. Faith is asleep. She's in my bed.
Was Faith asleep when you left?
Yes.
Okay.
So once again, she wasn't there where I remember her being.
Okay.
So I walk in, I go out to that den. I don't know what that area is called of the home. She's not there. I don't see her immediately to the right in the bedroom, and that's when I turn around and I'm looking towards the kitchen, and I go back to that other area. I guess the living room area technically.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look to my right, I can see that she's laying on the floor, and I'm thinking, what? I don't really have words at that point.
Face down, face up.
She's face down.
What's she wearing?
She still has on her dress.
Any jewelry on or anything?
I don't remember seeing her wearing any jewelry.
Okay, I'm sorry, face down, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just kind of roll her to see what's going on, and I see that she has a thing on her head,
Describe the thing.
like it's a small cut,
Was it bleeding?
barely, not much,
Okay, was there blood on the floor?
a little bit.
And here's it. We didn't find any blood, and I won't vouch for many law enforcement agencies, but the crime scene unit here is pretty good, and generally they'll find blood, even if it's been cleaned up. Did you clean it up?
After the fact, like when I came back later, I just cleaned it.
What did you clean it with?
She had a plethora of cleaners, but I just didn't want it to smell. And I know in the past when I had my mom's house, when the dumpster got smelly, we just pour a little ammonia in there and it fixes the smell and it kills all the bugs.
It also kills DNA.
Don't know that. I just use it for the smell. Like I know it gets rid of smell out of
Are you
it.
talking about just a little teeny bit amount of blood? You were worried about the smell of that?
I figured it would smell. I don't know.
Okay.
I know if you leave chicken in the trash can, it smells terrible the next day.
Yeah, I
so
mean, well, come on, man. We're not talking about chicken versus a little drop of blood, but
I don't
right.
know. I
she's got a cut on her forehead.
just wanted it wiped up.
Did it appear, what was in the vicinity of this area? Did she hit her head on something? Was it just the floor?
I didn't even take time to analyze how or whatever.
Okay.
I went into panic because all I'm thinking of is what I'm seeing right now and how this looks.
Okay, so let's stop for a second. Because we talked a little bit, we kind of came to an agreement, you and I think, on the stupid little things and the big things.
Mhm.
And the stupid little things might be something you unintentionally forget to mention, and it's human nature and it's understandable. But then the big things, there really is no explanation for those. You didn't tell those guys that. And again, how about, you ever hear the concept or the term that the truth is immutable?
Mhm.
You know what that means?
It always comes out.
Yeah, well, what it means is it never changes, right? The truth is always the truth. I mean, you can't change it because then it wouldn't be the truth. And when people tell different versions of the truth, we come back to this concept of consciousness of guilt we talked about earlier, remember? Okay. And so that's a real big thing, Mr. Williams, that you come back and Tricia's laying on the floor with an injury. And if you leave something like that out, suspicious minds are going to think that's not true. That sounds to be a lie. It sounds like somebody's trying to cover something else up. Why didn't you tell them that the first time?
Because I had no way to explain how that happened. I had no way to explain how I come back and she's on the floor, other than them just assuming I did it. And I would never do that to her. I would never hurt her. It's just not me. I wouldn't.
Right, which makes it even more reasonable that you would have told them that from the outset. I've never hurt this woman. I love this woman. I would never do anything to this woman. I came in and she's laying on the floor. Let me make it one step easier. Where is your cell phone at this moment?
Somewhere in the home.
In the home, right? What about the house itself? Does the bed and breakfast have a landline?
I honestly don't know.
Okay, but you're a sharp kid. 911, boom, cops are there, ambulance, she gets treatment, right?
But I didn't.
Hold on. I'm going to ask the question just simply, but that's how 911 works, right?
Yes.
You pick up the phone, you call them, you say there's something wrong with my ex-wife, please send an ambulance, right?
Yes.
And you did not do that, right?
No.
Now again, I'm going to get up and I'm going to take your seat and you're going to sit here. Come on.
Because of how it looks. All I thought about at that moment is how does this look? You can't fix how this looks. There's no other way to say.
Here's the problem with that. Okay, fine. I'll concede that for the purpose of our conversation here, but you told them she's still breathing.
I checked. It was just shallow.
Okay, but my point is she's alive. You had an opportunity to save her life by simply calling 911. And how it looks comes out in the wash. I mean, you say she fell down or whatever. I mean, what happened to her in 8 minutes from when you left to get gas and you come back, see her on the floor?
I don't know, and that's the problem, because all I'm thinking is, in the past, this is a game. This is some sort of like, I'm setting you up. I'm
killing myself. I'm going to kill myself to set you up.
I don't think she was intentionally trying to kill herself, but I just feel like she did something. It didn't work the way she intended it. It went too far or whatever, and now I'm screwed because I can't explain this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what she's trying to pull. I don't know why even, because I don't know. I just don't know why you would do this to me when, as far as I could tell, you moved on.
But all you saw was this little abrasion to her forehead, and she was laying on the floor.
But
Correct.
the abrasion was after I turned her over. Yes.
Okay. One thing I want to make sure we're clear on here is originally you had made some statement. You didn't know if she had overdosed on drugs or something. Did you say something like that earlier?
Right. Because
Okay,
as
I
far as
mean, we know that's
killed
bullshit, right? Because we're talking 8 minutes. You can't take a bunch of pills and have them knock you out in a period of 8 to 10 minutes. So we know it wasn't that, right?
Okay.
Well, do you not agree with me?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I just know
Okay.
I come back and she's lying on the floor, and all I'm thinking is, I'm screwed. Like, I don't know what to say about this.
So what do you do?
At that point, I moved her to better light. Nothing. I couldn't do anything, and I just put her in her car because I'm like, I'll just take you home, and you can go home. Just,
Right?
I don't want any of this. I don't know what you're doing. You can just go home.
So do you fireman carry her out? Is she over your shoulder? Are you holding her like
I just
cradling her?
cradle her, yeah.
I mean, so you're walking out of the front door of this house.
Why to
And
open
this-
it first?
Oh, yeah, right. And you're carrying I'm not going to say lifeless because we know she's still alive, but an unconscious woman out to the car, correct? Right?
Yes.
Okay. And you put her, you say, in the back seat of the car,
Yes.
and you go where?
I go back inside, and I grab my bag, and I grab water, because I'm thinking if she comes back,
All right, hold on, what bag? What bag?
it's an old backpack I've had. I just grabbed it because it's a bag. I thought backpack. I just grabbed it. And I threw a water bottle in there.
Okay, I gotta say, you know how we talked about the laptop thing is stupid?
Mhm.
Why do you need a backpack to drive? What were your plan when you put her in the car? Where were you gonna take her?
I originally was just going to take her home. I just figured
Okay.
if this was like a roofie trick and she wakes up at home, then clearly I didn't do anything because you're home, I'm at my place.
Right.
You can be mad or whatever that your plan didn't work, but it didn't work. And
Right, she wakes up in the back of her car in the front of her house and no harm, no foul, right?
That's, yes.
Okay. All right, and so to accomplish that task, you equip yourself with a backpack.
I just
that's
grabbed
your-
it and water.
And remember, we're trying to be logical here.
I understand.
None of this makes any sense, okay? And one of your arguments is, this doesn't make any sense. You're like making my argument for me. It doesn't make sense. So when something doesn't make sense, it's generally not the truth. But your plan is to go take her to the house and leave her, so you pack a backpack with water and what else?
I just grab water, and on my way out, I grab it's like a snack bar. I don't even know what type, but
What are you wearing now?
same clothes.
Red shirt and the whatever that's on the video from the gas?
Yeah, I haven't changed. I just still wearing the same stuff. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. And so you pack water and what else in the backpack?
there were like kashi bars. I think that's what they're called. I had brought some from from North Carolina.
So you have a whole backpack just for a bottle of water and a couple kashi bars?
I just grabbed it because all I'm thinking is I need a bag to put this in. So the backpack, it's a bag. I just grabbed it.
You need a bag to put what in?
The water and the snack bars.
Why?
Because I thought if she comes to water, if she needs food, it just made sense to me, and I just grabbed it because I was like, that I don't know how to treat you, but I don't know what's going on. But if this helps, fine.
Okay, so the only thing in this is the backpack we see you on the video with, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the only thing that you've got in that whole backpack is a bottle of water and 2 kashi bars?
No, it was already. I never unpacked the bag.
Okay, that's
Just
what
like my
I'm at.
suitcase
What was in
never
it?
unpacked.
What was in it? That's what I'm
It just
asking.
had extra clothes. I always pack more than one outfit or more than. If I'm going to be there 3 days, I'll probably pack 5 days worth of clothes. You know, just to be on the safe side.
And 5 days of clothes consists of what? 5 pairs of shorts, 5 pairs of underwear, 5 pairs of 5
Something
shirts?
like that.
And you're telling me you couldn't get all that in a regular suitcase?
No, because the shoes I brought more than one type of shoes and it took up too much space. But it was after the fact anyway. I didn't care.
Okay.
I made an extra bag for a few extra clothing. Like I didn't know if it was going to be too chilly, so I had, sweatpants
Okay.
to sleep in instead of shorts.
So was it your plan to leave the bottle, like, she's laying in the back of the car, she's still breathing in the car?
As far as I could tell, yes. I just put
Okay.
her in the car.
And what was your plan, to pull it up in front of her house and put a bottle of water and a kashi bar in the back with her?
Yeah, just here you go. You're fine.
And then how are you gonna get home?
I was just gonna walk, however far, just walk it home and just leave. Just be out of there, be nowhere around you because this craziness I can't deal with, which is the other reason why we're divorced. I don't want drama, I don't want crazy in my life. I like simplicity.
Mm-hmm. And, right, and so your simple plan was to leave her in the car at her brother's house. Now, I understand that when you first started, when your story began to evolve last night or yesterday, you initially told them that you actually did take her over and leave her in front of her brother's house in the car, right?
That's what I wanted to do, yes.
Well, no. I thought, did he say he did it?
Yes.
You said to them, and remember, all this is, this is recorded. Obviously, you're a smart guy. And the reason we do that is for your protection and for ours, so that it can't be said that we did or said anything that isn't recorded for all time's sake. You're on video telling these guys that you did that you left her in front of the house at your brother's, right?
Yes.
That's a lie.
Yes.
What kind of people lie? Innocent people or guilty people?
Guilty.
Yeah. And so, why did you lie about that? I mean, I'd like to keep track because first of all, I can't tell you how many lies you would have told because every time there's a lie by omission too, by not mentioning something. Every time you told them about how this incident went down right after Tricia's disappearance, you left out the whole laptop thing, not to mention all this other stuff. So those were all lies. Now you lied to them later on about returning to her house. Why do you lie? Tell me why you lying.
Because all of it looks bad.
Right,
I
it
wanted her
looks
to
much
leave
worse when you
home.
lie.
I just wanted to leave her home and then be done.
Mr. Williams, when a jury watches this videotape and what they see is a continual, constant evolution and then lies in that evolution of the story, they're going to get somewhat suspicious. It's going to create some concern in their mind that you did something wrong. Would you agree with that?
No, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what to do. All I wanted was just to be done with this night.
But then that's what the very first time you met with them, you should have said, this is what happened. I didn't know what to do. I had no plan. This is crazy. I don't know how to explain it. But you lied when you first talked with them, didn't you?
Yes.
And then you lied again to them yesterday when you talked to them initially for a while, right?
Yes.
And then when your story started changing, you lied even in your new story because it's changing from yesterday to today, right?
No.
That you took her and left her in the car in front of her trailer. You told them that, right?
Yes.
And that was a lie. So that's a change, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I just you and I are on a road now. And this road, I promise you, will end at the truth. Okay? When you leave that house with Trish in the back seat of the car, your backpack, your water, and your kashi bars, where do you go?
I just drive. I head down towards her home, and I didn't stop at her home. I wanted to, but I figured it was too late, and I didn't even think that was a good idea after the fact. And so I just drove. And then I got to the intersection, and I took a right. And then after that, I just
You drove north or south?
out of the Pontieta place. It's the right. It's south.
Let me tell you something I picked up on when we were talking. We were talking about the bed and breakfast, and we were talking about, you were very detail oriented, you were very specific, you were talking about rates and times and accommodations and all, you had all of the details down regarding the front end of this trip. And
Because I had that plan. I
Yeah.
knew where I was going.
I got
knew
you.
what I was doing.
Okay, fair enough. But not the big deals, not the big issues that you need to remember, not the stupid things we talked about earlier. You're now driving around with, at a minimum, your unconscious wife in the back seat of her car, and these are now the big things, which no jury in the world is ever going to believe you don't remember these real big things. Trust me. So, what direction do you go?
Turn right out of the neighborhood. It's a one way when you come out of there.
Okay, what direction would that be?
South on US 1.
Okay, south on US 1.
Yes.
All right, and then you get where and you said you took another turn?
Took a right.
Okay.
And it was just a major intersection. I just took a right.
And
I just drive. I don't even pay
now,
attention. I
you
just
went to
drive.
school here. You went right there in Hope Sound. You know the names of the roads and the streets in this area.
I haven't lived here in you know how long.
I've been here since 1980, and the roads have not changed.
But
I mean, you got US 1, you got A1A, you got.
I've moved. I don't keep track. I don't even know
High
where
school is right
is.
there at Bridge and at the end there, at the end of Bridge. That's
I
the
don't
high
even know
school
the
you went
names
to.
though. I don't
Okay,
even
so-
know the name of that road it's off of.
All right.
I know you have to go down and you have to turn, but I don't even know the name of that road.
Right, and they took you out there today to show, let me make something clear to you. I don't need your body. Don't need it. I know you're thinking that that's the big deal. I don't care. Don't ever tell them where the body is. Don't make no difference to me.
I don't know where the body is.
Oh, and I know, but when I talk,
No.
when I talk to you about consciousness of guilt, this bullshit story that you're giving them, and your refusal to take them to where the body is the strongest evidence of consciousness of guilt that we have.
I can't take you to a place I don't know
Of
though.
course, you don't know the big thing. Listen, you didn't hear me, Mr. Williams. I don't care. I don't care. I want to get down to what's going on now. So now you've got a woman who is at a minimum unconscious in the back seat of her car. You're driving around with your ex-wife in the back. It'd be very difficult to explain that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you do what with her?
I just drive. I don't know what to
Okay.
do, so I just drive.
Is she breathing in the back? Can you hear breathing or anything?
No, I can't hear that. I don't know how I would hear that. I'm just driving. I'm not paying attention.
At some point in time, your conscience doesn't kick. Do you have a conscience?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
I mean, we all know this is not a question of whether or not Tricia is dead. Tricia is dead, right? Tricia's dead. Yes?
I don't know.
You know. Come
When I
on.
left her, it was just a matter of I hope I'm wrong.
Okay.
I hope that she's
Okay.
not.
Now though, 20 some odd, a month later, let's not bullshit each other. She's dead. You know that, right? I mean,
No.
we know
For all I
that.
know, she could have came to and wandered. For all I know, I don't know
We
where she
clarified
is
that
though.
yesterday that she was dead.
But I don't
You-
know where she is.
Okay, that's, I again, you
And
didn't
like
hear
you
me.
said,
I don't
all the
care.
Searching, you should have found her. I would imagine you would have found her.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to prove how somebody was killed. The law doesn't require that, so it's not a big deal. So you're driving around with her in the back of the car. How long are you driving for?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, is it 5 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? Does it seem like hours?
I'm not paying attention. I don't even know how long it was between all of this. I didn't
Okay.
keep track
Well,
of any
so
time.
what we know from the videos is, just check me here if I'm wrong, detective, but he leaves in Tricia's car at 2:04, right?
Correct.
Okay? And then we don't see Tricia's car again until sometime around here, 4:36,
438.
4:30 something, so about 2 hours. Now, these are the big things, Mr. Williams. These are the big things that you can't, for 2 hours you're driving around, or I should say, you're doing something. You couldn't be driving too much, right? Because you only got about 2 gallons of gas in that car. So you couldn't have been driving the whole time, right?
Right.
Okay, so you drove somewhere, and again, you don't know where, you don't know this one big thing, but you know you drive somewhere down, I guess you told them a dirt road, right?
It was dusty, so I'm
Dusty?
dirt.
Now, they told you there was dust underneath the undercarriage of her car. Is that why you then said it was a dusty, dirty road, or was it really a dusty road?
Really a dusty road.
You know, a lot of times I just want to make sure of something here. I think I know the answer to this, but a lot of times what people will say is, well, the detective said X, Y, and Z. And I was just repeating that to make them happy. I was just saying what the detective said. Nobody's putting any words in your mouth here. Is that correct?
Yes, the road was a dusty road.
Right. I'm talking about the whole shebang, sir. Nobody's putting words in your mouth. What happened the morning of April 27, 2016, when your wife disappears, right? This is your story. These are the facts as you remember them, right?
So far, yes.
Okay. Okay. If I, at any point in time, say something that's putting words in your mouth, please feel free to make it known to the record that I'm doing that. So we got 2 hours. There's no way on God's green earth you're driving Tricia's car. And we also, incidentally, we pulled the gas tank out of the car, and we know how much gas was left in the car. See, these things are not looking real good for you. And we know that how much gas you bought from the gas station, and then just do a little bit of math, figure out what the mile per gallon is on that vehicle, and we know about how much driving you could do. And you sure as hell can't drive for 2 hours on that kind of gas. Do you think that's probably fair to say? You put the gas in.
Sure.
Sure. So that means you weren't driving the whole time, you were doing something else.
I said I wasn't driving the whole time. I just said I spaced and I drove.
You spaced and you
I
drove.
just tried to figure all this nonsense out.
Did you go? Right. And as she's laying in the back of the car, your conscience, I asked you this earlier, I asked you if you had a conscience. Your conscience never kicked in and said, shit. Maybe she's still alive. Maybe I should take this opportunity to save a human life. Not just a human, but the mother of my child. Did that ever kick in the 2 hours when you were driving around with her in the backseat of your car?
So you're insinuating because I didn't think that I don't have a conscience?
Well, yeah, no, I'm not insinuating. I'm saying it.
That doesn't mean I don't have a conscience. Of course I have a conscience. It just that thought never came to me.
What could be more important in the grand scheme of things than the preservation of human life? And I'm talking human life for somebody you don't even know. Not somebody who is the mother of your now orphan child. Or motherless child, I should say. So I'm not asking you just randomly, how would you feel about this, Mr. Williams? I'm saying, 2 hours with her in the back seat of this car, it never dawned on you, shit, I'll just have to deal with the consequences. I hope they believe me, but I need to see what I can do to save her life. That never dawned on you.
Didn't know what to do to save her life.
Oh, let's see. 911. Did you have your phone with you when you were out
I
here?
didn't even think to grab it.
No, you didn't think to grab it, and you know why? Because you know we can follow you with your phone. You know that, right? I mean, everybody knows that we can follow a cell phone.
Yeah,
You
of
grabbed the
course.
caution bars though.
Yeah, right.
I grabbed food in case she woke up. Yes.
Okay. But you didn't take your phone with you.
No, I didn't think I needed a phone. I just grabbed the bag, water, and kashi bars.
Right,
I thought
right.
water, food,
Okay.
bag.
So anyways, so the first thing was you couldn't call 911. Well, her phone was in the car, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so you could have turned her phone back on and called 911, right?
I don't know her code.
Well,
I don't
okay.
know her pass
Good,
thing.
good point. That's another
You need a
odd
code
fact.
for 911.
Well, maybe he doesn't know that. Did you know you didn't need a code for 911?
No, I've never
Okay.
tried using her
That's
phone.
completely reasonable. I believe you.
I didn't even try to use her phone. I just thought
Okay.
I don't want.
Why did you turn it off in the first place?
Because I didn't know what to do with it.
But that doesn't make any sense. How does that help you? So, because we know, right, from the facts that you turned that phone off some point in time in the computer trip. I'm just going to call them a computer trip. We got the computer trip, we got the gas trip, and then we got the disposal of the body trip. So sometime in the computer trip, you turned her phone off. Why?
I don't know. I just didn't need it. I turned it off because I didn't need her phone.
Right, but you didn't know she had fallen yet, because she hadn't fallen at that point in time, had she?
I have no idea. I wasn't there.
Well, yes, you do know, because the computer trip is the trip which results in you being home, telling her there's no gas in the car. See, here's the problem. When you lie, it's kind of hard to keep it going.
I'm not lying. I
Okay?
don't know that she's fallen. I don't know. any
No,
of that.
she hadn't fallen. You knew she hadn't fallen, because when you get to her house, when you get back to the bed and breakfast,
Yes.
you have the conversation about gas.
Yes.
Okay?
I said that.
Why are you turning her phone off before that conversation about the gas?
Because it's
Is
in
she
the
already
car and I
dead?
don't need it.
Right, because if you're driving around with that phone on in your car, we're going to know where that car is going, aren't we?
wouldn't matter. I don't need it. It's not my phone. I don't want it. Turn it off.
No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's not your phone. I leave my phone laying here. If I walk out, are you going to turn it off because you don't need it? Here's my phone. I'm going to get up and go take a piss. You're going to turn my phone off because you don't need it?
Yes.
Do you see how
if a
ridiculous?
stranger
Hey,
leaves their phone,
remember
I don't know they're coming
remember
back.
the stupid
Yes,
computer
I will
story?
turn it off.
Remember
Why
the
would I
stupid
turn it off?
laptop story? This is a stupid thing. So why did you turn her phone off? Seriously, just be honest with me one time.
Phone, and I don't want to mess with her phone.
But you did mess with it. You picked it up and you turned it off. That, by definition, that's messing with it, isn't it?
That's touching it. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the first one that I got to is the phone, but you were correct in that you didn't know you could call 911 with the phone off, nor did I. We all learned something today other than the detective. The next one is go to a hospital.
Don't even know other than. Yes, we did go to the hospital. I don't know where that hospital is.
Sure, of course not. And so you pull over and you ask directions. You stop at the gas station, say, "Sir, where is that?" Or you pull in the gas station, say, "Please call 911." Or you say, "Sir, can you please direct me to the nearest hospital?" All of these are things you could have done, right?
If I was near a gas station or there were people, yes.
Well, when you left with her in the back of the car, we know there's a gas station within minutes, 2 minutes of where you were, right?
Yes.
And for the 2 hours that you're out and about, tell me, we know it's 2 hours, right? Do you agree that if we know when her car leaves the bed and breakfast, and we know when the car ends up being back where you leave it in front of his house, her brother's house, her house, if that's some odd hours, you are in her car for 2 hours, correct?
No.
No?
I have her car, yes, but I don't know where I am. And I'm not driving it for 2 hours.
Okay, are you stopped for an hour? Are you stopped for 45 minutes? Are you stopped when you go down the dusty road?
I don't know how long.
I don't care. What we know.
Asking, though.
No,
I don't know.
what I'm saying to you is, I'm not asking for you to give me times. Okay? I'm asking for you to tell me what you were doing. We know the time.
Okay.
The time is set in stone. It's 2 hours and something.
Okay.
All right? And so for 2 hours and something, you are in or around her car with her at a minimum unconscious or lifeless body, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I
Okay.
don't know what to do.
These are the big
All thing in
things.
my head is this all is
No.
a terrible situation for me now.
Here, let's role play, okay? Mr. Backetall, I pulled down the dusty road and I sat there. It could have been hours, and I just thought, what the hell am I going to do? What the hell am I going to do? Or, Mr. Backetall, I drove around for a long time. Yeah, we know it couldn't be that because you'd have run out of gas. Or, Mr. Backetall, I parked on that dirt road and I walked up and down the road, pacing, because I've got this situation that I can't explain going on in the back of my, right, what are you doing? What are you doing for 2 hours? Now, a suspicious person would say, you're disposing of a human body.
But I don't know how to do that. I don't know anything about disposing of a body.
You can't dig a hole?
No, with my bare hands?
Okay, or, you don't need to use your bare hands, you can use a shovel.
I don't have a shovel.
Okay, all right. But anyways, I'm saying a suspicious mind. I'm not saying that's me.
I don't have any tools. I don't have.
I want you to tell me, what were you doing? I gave you some scenarios. I said you could be digging a hole to put a body in it. You could be pacing. You could be sitting in the car thinking, what the hell am I going to do? What were you doing?
I had pulled over and I sat and I
Okay.
thought, and I didn't know what to do because yes, I'm afraid. I am panicked. All I'm thinking about is everything I know is done. My life that I worked hard to get to.
But you haven't done anything. You didn't do anything.
It's not how I can't say that. It doesn't look like that. It's always going to be a matter of how does it look.
How does it look now?
It looked bad from the get-go. It looked
But
bad.
does it look, if you had called the cops, the moment you came in on Tricia laying on the floor, called 911 and got an ambulance there, do you think that would look worse than where we are today?
Yes, because depending on what she had done, assuming it was her setting me up again, then now it's just her telling them that I did something. Her telling them that I hit her. Her telling them that I pushed her. Her telling them that I did anything in any way to her, and I can't vouch that I didn't.
And so
I
you're
can't say that that's not what happened.
And so instead of manning up and dealing with that, You threw her unconscious, most probable lifeless body in the back seat of her car, drove her out into the wilderness, the mother of your child, and disposed of her body. That's how you ended up handling it, right?
I didn't know what I was doing in the first place. I just didn't know what to do.
If you're so confused and so out of it in terms of not knowing what to do, is it possible you don't really know what happened between you and her? Is it possible something else happened? Is it possible she pushed your buttons?
Definitely not. She was very cordial the whole time. She was nice. Every time we're in person, she tends to be what we call normal.
Okay, so you're sitting down this road, which I know you now, Jesse's, they really want the body. They don't need it. But now this road where you have no idea where it is, what road it's off of, or where it is, and you're sitting in this car for a long time, and you do what? What do you decide to do?
I took her out of the car
Yeah?
and I laid her down.
She breathing?
Not that I can tell.
Okay, so she's dead. She's dead. I don't know why we had to go through to get to this point. You said it to Jess already earlier, but she's dead now, right? When you take her out of the car and you lay her on this dirt road, this dark, desolate dirt road, you lay the mother of your child, she's dead, right?
As far as I can tell, she's not alive, but I don't know that.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I just know. I just don't want to be a part of this.
You didn't like see if she had a pulse. You didn't touch her skin to see if she was cold.
I checked her pupils. I just seemed like something to do, just to see if they responded, and they were like half rolled back, and then I freaked even more, and I'm just.
Was she cold? Was she cold to the touch?
No, I don't remember her being cold. I just
Okay.
lifted the eyelid to see if I could see like if it would what do you call it, dilate, I think is the term.
And it didn't.
No, and then when I saw her eyes was like half rolled back, I freaked even more because it's not dilating, it's half rolled back. I don't know what to
Her
do.
chest wasn't heaving, she wasn't coughing, she wasn't
couldn't-
sputtering, there was
No, as far as I could tell, she wasn't.
Say it.
As far as I could tell, she was not alive, but I don't.
No, I don't like that word. I don't like not alive. Because that's kind of squishy. I like the word dead. She, as far as you could tell,
Those
she
are your
was
words.
dead, right?
Then those are your words.
Well, you can't say dead?
No, I'm not saying she was dead. I don't know that.
Can you say as far as you could tell she was dead?
No,
Okay. But you could say as far as you could tell she was not alive.
she was unresponsive, definitely unconscious, and I hoped beyond all
Right.
hope that I was wrong about the situation.
And so you pulled her out and you just laid her right there on the road,
I laid her down and I crossed her arms.
on the middle of this dirt road, right?
Yes, not in the middle, off
Okay.
to the side.
Okay. Did you leave the kashi bars in the water with her?
No,
You didn't?
no,
Why?
because I just wasn't sure of anything at that point. I just didn't think to leave him at that point. I just
Because you knew she was dead.
didn't know that.
You brought the water and the kashi bars in case she woke up. That's what you told me originally. In case she came to.
Yes.
Yeah. But now when you're dumping her on the side of the road, on this dark, desolate road, dirt road, you don't leave the water or the kashi bars because you know she's not unconscious. She's dead.
I'm hoping that it's not the case.
Okay. And so, let's go back to when you walk into the house and she's laying on the floor and you're thinking to yourself, God, I don't know, what am I going to do? How am I going to explain this? This is why you don't call 911. Nobody's going to believe. This is her being dramatic. She's setting me up. She's setting you up by knocking herself unconscious and ultimately killing herself, apparently. You don't know how to explain. You don't know what to do. So you dump her on the side of the road. What in the hell do you think is going to happen when we find her body? Who do you think they're going to come looking at?
I didn't even think that far ahead. I didn't think that far ahead.
Well,
at all.
but you thought far ahead enough when she's laying in your living and on the floor in your bed and breakfast
I don't
that you
think
can't
she-
explain it. How in the world do you think you're going to explain her life? The last person on earth to see Tricia alive is guess who? Who's the last person on earth to see Tricia alive?
I don't know, because as far as I know, she could have come to. I don't know that. I left.
Okay, I'll play the game with you because you like to play this little game.
I don't want to play any games.
Let's just assume, without stating it, let's just assume she's dead when you leave her lying on the side of this dirt road. Let's just assume she's dead. Who's the last person that saw her alive?
You tell me then. Since you
Okay, I'll tell you.
want to tell me that I killed her and left her. I didn't kill her. I didn't do anything to the woman. I just wanted her
Right.
to be okay.
Who was the last person to see her alive? That's all I'm asking. It's not, I didn't say, did I say you killed her?
That's what you're insinuating.
Oh,
Everything you're saying is telling me that I killed her.
okay.
That's what you're trying to
Who was
say.
the last person that saw her alive?
I'm the last person to have seen her, as far as I know. Yes, I'm the last person to have seen her.
Alive.
And I hoped that she
Alive.
was still alive when I left.
Okay, okay. And who was the person who lied to law enforcement about where he was or what he did or the circumstances surrounding this entire episode? Who is that person?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So once you leave her on the side of this road, I mean, were you hoping somebody would find her there?
Of course. I was hoping
Couldn't
she
you-
would come too.
Of course. And so that's why you would leave her on a dark, desolate dirt road in the middle of nowhere, because you're hoping she'd come to and somebody'd find her, right?
Yes, honestly.
Why didn't you just take her down, pull around the back of the gas station and lay her out there in public where you know somebody's going to fire? Why do you leave her out in the woods?
Because I'd already
Where
drive.
it's evident
I don't
she's
even know
not-
where I drove to. I didn't plan to go in. I just didn't plan. I didn't think. I didn't plan. It just.
You had over 2 hours to plan what to do with your ex-wife's dead body.
But that's not something I do. I don't plan murders. I don't plan
Okay.
dumping bodies. I don't plan knocking people off or whatever. I don't do that.
You're sitting in the car on this dirt road with your dead wife in the back seat of the car, and you got a couple hours to figure out what to do with her. Now you're trying to tell us that you're hoping she's not dead, and that you lay her out there without
Yes.
water or kashi bars, incidentally, and hope she'll come to and somebody will find her. That was your plan. You thought of that, and you executed that plan, for lack of a better descriptive term. You could have just as easily taken her to the Publix parking lot off Bridge there and laid her in the middle of the parking lot and drove off. And the same things could have happened, right? She could have come to, or somebody could have found her. But you took her somewhere where we'll never find her. Do you think that's suspicious?
I didn't know where to go anyway.
I'm just asking you. Just let's play the. You don't think that's
know where I even am.
You don't think it's suspicious to take a dead body out into the wilderness and dump it on the side of a road?
I left her there.
Right, left
She
her.
was alive.
Left her. Right, because you weren't sure she was alive.
I
So
was hoping I was wrong about this.
what was going to happen if she wasn't alive? If she was alive?
Then I was hoping she would wake up, she would call her brother or someone
Right.
to come get her.
And then probably call the cops, right? Because that's the whole reason we ended up from the bed and breakfast to the side of the road. That's why you didn't call 911, because you were worried, how the hell are you going to explain it to the cops? If you left her out there and she was alive, listen to me now. If you left her out there and there was any possibility she was alive, you're back to Jumpstart.
I don't think that way. I don't know what to do. You're
You
making it
knew.
seem like I had this whole grand I didn't have any plan.
No,
I didn't know anything
hey.
to do.
This is not a great. This was the most poorly executed murder.
It wasn't
In
a murder.
history.
I didn't murder her.
Okay, you had an opportunity to call 911. You told us in your own words, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't do it because I didn't know how I could explain this, correct?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't know what she was trying to do to me. I didn't know if she was going to say I knocked her out and raped her or abused her or whatever, right?
Yes.
So what you do then is you take her out on a dark dirt road in dark 30, and you leave her on the side of the road with the hopes that she'll come to, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's your story.
But that's not like I planned. You make it seem like I just drove. Like, oh yeah, I know where this wonderful place is. I just drove.
No, you
I
have
blanked
to.
and drove.
Here's the deal. Again, they're really worried about the body. They keep talking to you about the
No,
body.
I know you don't care.
Okay,
I
but-
get what you're saying.
but listen,
you're making it.
Let me
seem
explain
like
to you
I had
what.
some
Let me
grand
explain
plan
to you.
to
Let me
do something.
Let
I
me.
didn't have any. I don't know.
Okay. And I'm violating my number one rule, which is talking over you. I should give you an opportunity to answer all of these questions. It's not fair. But having said that, the one thing that the body would do for this investigation is, well, it's one of two things. It would either confirm or refute your whole story. And so, sir, you can't take them to the body. You know you can't, Mr. Williams. You can't do it. Because it'll prove that all of this, from soup to the side of the road, is a lie.
But it's not.
Okay,
Just-
so then I want to finish this up because I'm pretty much, you leave the mother of your child on the side of this road that you have no idea where it is, even though you sat there for 2 hours, and you take her car and you do what with it? What'd you do?
I brought it back to her house.
All right. What were you trying to do there?
I just wanted to be done with her and that evening, and just I didn't want anything else to do.
Well, you wanted the cops. Yeah, you wanted it to be done. You were done. This whole thing was a major inconvenience for you, wasn't it? This is all about you. This is all about how inconvenienced you were by her.
No, it's just all about the fact that I didn't know what was going on. I don't know what this thing is. I don't know how it came to be that she was like that.
There's some good
And
defenses.
I want to be. I
There's
don't
some
want anything
good
else to do with
defenses
it.
at law. There's some good defenses like self-defense or insanity or
She didn't.
alibi or whatever. No, I know.
She's a
But
person.
but I just wanted this over and I didn't know what to do. Not so good. But anyways, you park her car in front of her house because that's where you want them to find it. Correct?
That's her home.
Right,
It
but
wasn't her home.
That's as far as I know. That's where she lives.
well, in the vicinity of her,
Yeah,
did I mistake the
area.
fact? In the area of her trailer, right? You parked it there because, and her purse was in the car, right? Wasn't her purse in the car? And her wallet, or no?
No.
No, just her purse? And you left it there because you wanted them to find her car there so that they would focus on that, right?
I didn't have that thought at all. I just left her car at her home.
Well, you came up with this elaborate story you initially told them about how the gas and she left and all of that stuff, and that she drove home. So you had to have the car at her house in order for that story to make any sense.
I didn't have that story. You make it seem like I thought all that up.
Why
ahead
didn't
of
you
time.
why didn't you just take her car over to the Publix parking lot there off Bridge? And again, I know you don't know where you took her body, but somewhere in that area in Hope Sound, and leave it in the parking lot and walk home from there. Why take it to her house unless you're trying to mislead the cops in the investigation?
If I took it to the Publix parking lot, wouldn't that be the same thing then?
No, because it would just be there, and you would there would just be, where did she go? What happened to her?
What you're saying is the same situation then. If I didn't leave her car wherever she was, then wherever I put the car, by your definition, is just misleading.
But if you left it at the Publix parking lot, right? This is the Publix parking lot off of Bridge, right? And isn't that the road you went down when you took the right? Was that the name of the road, Bridge Road? Or do you not know?
I don't know. It's just a
Okay.
major intersection, and I took a right.
Okay, so you get back to her house. It's somewhere around, or where she's living with her brother in the vicinity at about 4:30ish in the morning. So we're now about 2+ hours after you left with the body, and you hump it back to your place, right?
Yes, I just walk.
Right. And why'd you change your clothes?
Because I wanted to be in something different. I didn't want all that stuff on me or whatever. I just didn't
What
want
stuff?
anything.
What stuff?
Just dust, dirt, all of that. I just wanted to.
Well, how much dirt are you going to get on yourself taking a dead body out of the back of the car and laying it on the road?
I don't know. I just wanted to not.
I mean, you get dirt on you if you're digging a hole, right?
I imagine you would, yes.
You get dirt on your shoes, right?
Yes.
Where are those shoes?
All that's trash. I threw it all away.
Who throws away things? Do innocent people throw away things that might be evidence of a crime?
Begin with, yes.
If,
The
do
backpack was trash. The clothes in it weren't anything special. Most of them were just.
well, why
bed
bring any
clothes.
of it then?
Because they're mostly just bed clothes, and they were the same shoes. They didn't have extra shoes.
Hey, man.
Shoes that were.
Let's swap seats again. Do you hear what you're saying? Do you believe
Yes.
anybody in their right mind is going to believe you? You went through the effort of packing this bag, this backpack.
to
Hold on,
Florida.
right, and then you got down here to Florida, and just coincidentally, after your wife dies and you dump her on the side of the road, your ex-wife, you decide you're going to throw away clothes. Do you see how ridiculous that is?
There was more than just a pair of clothes in there, though. There was plenty of just other
But
clothes.
some of the clothes and the shoes that you wore during this incident involving your ex-wife were some of the things you threw away, right?
The next day, yes.
Do you think they'd like to have that stuff?
Sure.
I'd like to see the shoes. I'd like to see what pants you were wearing. I'd like to see if there's any blood or any hair or any fiber or any dirt or plant matter on those things. You know why I'd like to see that stuff? Yes. You know why.
Please.
I want to see it for the same reason you threw it away. It's evidence. So you destroyed evidence as well. So you lied and you destroyed evidence. Now, swap seats. What do you think about that?
I think you're putting words in my mouth again.
What I told you to tell me at any point in time about putting words in your mouth.
You're saying I destroyed evidence. I didn't destroy. I just got rid of clothes I didn't want anything to do with anymore. I don't want anything to do with that night. I didn't want anything. All of it was completely foobar from the get-go. I didn't know what any of that was supposed to be about or how it even came to be that way. It all just spiraled out of control. I never touched her. I never put a hand on her.
What's
I
foobar?
just- Sorry, it's a military term. Fucked up beyond all repair.
All right. You fucked this thing up beyond all repair.
The whole evening was. I didn't know what to do at any point in time because all I thought was, I am scared and this all looks bad. At every point, it all looked bad. There was never a point in time where I'm like, this is okay. It was all bad. Everything was bad. Everything.
And then you made it better or worse by lying to the police.
Worse.
Worse. And you made it better or worse by not taking them to where the body is so they can confirm or refute your story. Make it better or worse for you.
It's only
Hold
worse
on.
because I can't
Okay.
tell you where that is.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know where that is. And I know you feel like I should know this, but I don't. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. And you'd make it better or worse by throwing away the clothes you're wearing during this entire episode. Is it better or worse?
Worse.
Okay. And so there's no question that the guy we see on the videos, what were you wearing? You had the backpack, dark backpack, right?
Some old sweatpants.
It didn't look like a kid's high school backpack. It looked different.
It's an old military bag. I've had it for many trips.
So it's like one of them big ass, what do they call them in the military?
It's just a bag. I don't know. It's this backpack I've used for many different deployments and trips that I've gone on. It's just a big bag. I use it to pack clothes in.
Kept it all these years
Yeah, it was old, but I still had it, yes.
and threw it away the day your ex-wife goes missing. But, right?
Well, only because of all the junk that was in it, yes. It was
Right.
already falling apart anyway.
Water bottles and kashi bars in there too?
Yes.
Okay. When and where did you change out of the, did all of this transpire, the 2 hours in your ex-wife's car, did all this transpire while you were wearing the clothes that we saw on the gas station video?
Yes.
Okay. And so it's those clothes and the shoes that you were wearing that went in the backpack that you disposed of, right?
Yes, all of those are in the backpack.
When did you change?
After I dropped off her car at home.
Okay. Like, did you go out in the bushes and change your clothes or what?
There's a small structure.
Okay. So we know we got the big dark backpack that's not like a kid, it's like a, what do you call it, a rucksack or whatever you people call it in the military?
It's just a backpack.
Okay.
I don't ruck, but
What are you wearing? What else are you wearing?
I have an old hat and some gray sweatpants.
And what kind of a shirt?
Just, I don't know, it's a shirt. I don't remember the shirt.
Dark, light?
I don't remember the shirt.
Okay. And then so all of those video cameras that they showed you along US 1, is that how you came back? How'd you come back? Walk down US 1 or what? Yes?
Yes.
You walked down US 1?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have any other way to get back to the home.
Okay. And so at 4 some odd in the morning, as these cameras pick you up, they're picking you up, coming back with your backpack and whatever you're wearing from where you dumped Tricia's car off, right?
Dropped off at her home, yes.
Okay. And then this is Wednesday morning-ish, and you leave to go back to Raleigh when?
That evening.
You left town that evening.
The same, but that was already planned.
No, I know, even though you had the place booked for 5 days, but I understand, money being as important as it is to you, that 5 days, you got it for cheaper than if you had paid it the 100 or whatever earlier that we talked about, right?
Yes, it was a
Okay.
good deal. I got it for 60-something
All right.
bucks. And I never planned to stay the full week.
All right, so just so I'm clear that this is your story and you're sticking to it. All right, I mean, I just don't want to hear another story later or some other day. Is there anything, this is your opportunity to tell us anything that you think is important that we haven't asked you. Is there anything you can think of? You gotta speak up because we're trying to get this recorded.
No.
Oh, yeah, Jesus. Who was out and about with your ex-wife's body in the backseat of her car?
No one. She was asleep.
And how old was she at the time?
She's still 2.
Okay. And this is the same child you were criticizing Tricia for letting her play in the waves, and you left her home alone.
She was asleep.
What would have happened if she woke up?
I don't know. I
Didn't care.
Again, not that I didn't care. Of course I care about my daughter.
Okay. So just so we're clear for the record, this is it. It's a laptop, gas trip, 3rd trip out to the dead end road, right?
I don't even know what the road is. I
Well-
have no idea if it's dead end or not.
The dirt road. And where is her phone and her wallet?
I left was with her.
Did you turn it back on when you left it with her?
No, I just left the things with her.
You didn't want to mess with it again?
I just left it with her. It's her
When-
phone.
Could have turned it on and then that way we could have found her. We could have pinged her phone, we'd have found her. And if she's alive, maybe we could have saved her life.
It was never an occurrence to me to turn it
Right.
on. I just left her phone with her. All I thought was it's her phone. She can call. She has her wallet. She needs money or ID or whatever. It's her stuff. There you go. Like,
It never occurred to you to do anything to save her life. That's what you're
didn't
saying.
know what to do to save her life.
Okay.
You know why we came up yesterday? There was no way in hell you were gonna leave the state with that baby. You killed her mother.
Didn't kill her.
You killed her mother.
No, I didn't.
You killed her mother.
Never killed her.
I would never do that to her. I would not kill her. Never lay a hand on her like that. Not in the past and certainly not in the present.
You have in the past.
I have not. I've never struck her.